Oh, I found a shield off of one of these enemies. Barrier shield?
Is it an everything-proof shield?
No, but it does give good avoid. Not better than what I got, but it also protects against water and lightning.
For the record, Dog is grinding some levels up in Star Ocean second story on his end. That none of this has our drunken detective is not going to be getting lightning resistance or anything.
Yeah, I will stop this.
No,
the
you're
second
good.
we begin.
For the benefit of future viewers and whatnot, like we're not Disco Elysium doesn't have fantasy JRPG mechanics.
Or does it? You don't know that. You're only like 3 hours in.
Oh, I can sneak out behind Kim's back after he goes to sleepy sleeps.
Yeah, so one of the time mechanics of this game allows you to do things after Kim goes to sleep.
Yeah, I have noticed
so if there's something that you think that Kim would not approve of... Oh my god, wow. Lossless gets one shot by a certain spell. That sucks.
Maybe a sea monster did this.
Okay, we're starting.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
Let's see, last time we ended with finding our clipboard and...
Yeah. That clipboard, you can do things with it if you bring it to the motor carriage.
We did that. Did we do that?
Did you do that? I'm not sure you did.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
Oh, I see. We read the clipboard, and I'm trying to remember exactly how it went. It talked about our ex-wife, who...
You read the clipboard.
Yeah.
And you got what looked like an ending.
Yes, and we passed out, and then we woke up back by the carriage that Kitsuragi had dragged us back to. And we now have the ledger of failure and hatred.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
I forget the details, but it seemed like the gist of it was our wife left us, and that may or may not have been what triggered our bender to end all benders.
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible. Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken. Not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes. 2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
No, I'm sure I made plenty.
It's okay. We all make mistakes.
God knows I've made my share. He tries not to think of them. Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible. Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples. Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case. Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout.
Not at the hookah parlor.
It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
No.
Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does. It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
So the whole police force works on, like, amateur mystery novel bullshit.
Apparently.
Again, in your defense...
Remember what we
I
learned
seem to
about the
have
police
known
force. They're
one,
not very
the man
big.
with the hole in his head.
No.
That was a
And
real
they're
person.
not normally
His death
in
was
this
real.
city that you're in.
Still, I named it that.
No, there seems to be a lot of small districts run by their own private authorities. In this case, like the dock workers union is the authority in this area we're at right now.
Yep.
I pray his loved ones never find out. Rail spiked through the head. He died.
Oh no.
It was a workplace accident.
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete.
Oh hey, I did get a
The
pen.
tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple, a language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you.
Hooray!
Things
Tasks
to be done and things
accomplished.
already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
No, actually. Any ideas?
Shit on a stick!
Yes. I have to tell you, officer, I don't appreciate ironic titles. Other officers will have to use this as reference. If it's idiot or cockfinger, they're not going to get it. They're going to think an idiot and a cockfinger were on this case. So, do you have something less funny?
Damn.
Fun is outlawed with this guy. What a knock!
Yeah, necktie. You show him.
Furies. Yes, well, I don't know. I have to be honest, I'm not experiencing the internal strife that refers to. And also, could you make it less poetic somehow?
Kim, stop censoring me.
You know? Think, what would that be? A good normal name.
Yes, you know what that normal name is, but it's so plain. Anything else, please.
Okay. It's a good name, but it has one thing. This case has nothing to do with the setting sun.
Kim, I was just starting to like you.
It has nothing to do with that, so... something more concrete, perhaps? Do you have something concrete? Mundane, usual?
Usual is boring. We don't do that.
We don't do that.
Oh, well, Then maybe I can suggest one.
Go ahead.
The Hanged Man.
God damn it.
He really likes that name.
Okay then. The case doesn't need to have a name.
It actually does. You've offended him.
Oh my god.
Fine. For inter-district cooperation, let's try...
Fine, Kim.
That's actually what I was thinking too.
Fine.
The
I was
Hanged
thinking
Man.
that too.
Good,
What a great
strong
name. Yeah.
We have a very good name for the case now. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Medium logic, pretty good chance.
Yeah, let's see.
Yes, you can piece
Ooh,
them
boxcars.
together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB 41, then date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene.
You would have
followed by
succeeded
the
on
title.
anything with
For
that
example,
roll.
HDB
Including beating up the giant Nazi.
0
I
1
wasted my good roll.
0 0, the next world mural. Why, yes, your precinct number is 41. Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials.
Horace Debbie Behringer.
That is improbable. It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start?
Oh boy.
This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Couron. Cause of failure, rent too high.
Oh, gee, I wonder how that
Is
happened.
enormous.
Yeah, right.
Two silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their form reads, "True love is possible only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class.
Yeah. Wait, there is no middle class anymore. We've destroyed that in this
People
country.
call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case.
It sounds like city works. That's not really my remit. Sorry.
The bell lecturers have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the next world mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown. The case files do not show you finding the author of the design. The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite organized by you and the rest of Row 3. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villalobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between two options.
I feel like we already know what I'm gonna choose.
A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority, and that love truly is possible in the next world for new people, and it is too late for us. In any case, it appears to have been a rare case of civil activity in the quarter, and agreement as well. What do you want to tackle next?
We can come back to these.
Not much has changed.
These aren't going
Meanwhile,
anywhere. You're going to be
a bunch
carrying
of
them with
sudden
you.
paper-
Yeah, there's a lot of leisure, but there's two things I need to take care of. One, there was something. Pardon me.
Inside, you
There
see
was something about shining
radio
the
microphone.
lights
Pull out tool.
All right.
Yeah.
Ready?
to see like a watermark or something.
Press start. It's next to the preheater.
He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant is more than happy to show off his precious carrot. The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The raspberry page jumps, and the engine of the Caprice enabler comes to life with a whiny growl. The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid.
Time to learn about the cop.
River. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro perforations. The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights. A rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere shrieks. A woman reprimands her in a voice no quieter than the child's cry.
Ah, Martinez. Let me see. Right here. It has its problems.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights.
So we have a map.
A rat brazenly darts.
Ah, let me see. Right here. It has its problems.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows. The first row has 18 dots. The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some. You count 216 perforations. Considering that nice, large number, a wave of pride washes over you, though you can't say why precisely. The last row has 3 perforations. That's it.
Those are perforations.
Yeah, but what do they mean?
They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant.
I'm a Sigma male officer.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? Cool. I'm glad you jumped. You had a lot of money in doom crying. Let's move on, shall we?
Kim has just gotten used to our bullshit. He's like, yep, moving on. No
Yes.
response for that.
Yes,
The
you
next
are.
row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished.
Oh, wow.
You've got, let's see.
So we were actually like a good cop.
Wow, more than
We're a pretty good
200.
cop. Over 200 cases closed.
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
I'm a superstar.
Call it what you want. You were a valuable member of your precinct. Now, let's look at the last row. Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
That's not too
For
many.
an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way.
Only 3 in 200
What's it
cases.
feel
It's
like
not
to kill a
bad.
man, Mr. McCoy? A young woman asked the man across the desk from her. Honestly, babe, says John McCoy, crossing his ankles over said desk. I don't feel anything anymore. It's just like brushing my teeth. I do it once or twice a week and don't really think about it.
There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
Hey, Kim, let me ask you a very personal question.
Yes.
It's not a problem for him to state it, however.
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others. Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies. Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now.
What are your hobbies, Kim? He was so ready to be like, yes, I killed a man, but doesn't want to talk about his hobbies. What are your hobbies, Kim? Are you into model trains?
Why not gardening? You've already got the gloves.
I do have the gloves.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab. The lieutenant nods.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
Well,
You can now see your statistics on your journal page, to the right of the task description.
There you go.
I have 5 points in Superstar Cop. 6 points in Communist. Ooh, I can be a fascist and an ultra-liberal.
Yup.
I wonder what being a fascist is like. I can
I
see.
mean, you've already had a few opportunities.
Yeah, no. Apparently, I got a fascist. Oh, it's probably because I like.
You said "I am the law" at some point.
Oh, did he?
That might have gotten you. That might have been. That's a little. It's kind of fashy, is it not?
A little bit, maybe. I was wondering if it was more when I like let the guy talk about his weird race theories.
Maybe that also could have been it.
Listen, I'm sitting here drinking coffee with milk in it, and that's how I know I'm better, I guess.
Oh right, yeah.
I told Sid about that when I got done. I was explaining that conversation to her, and she was like, "Wait, potatoes and milk? Why?"
Yeah.
I was like, "I don't know." Every time I asked him, he changed the conversation.
I never got into that. I never got into the details of that conversation, so
Something about
I was too scared to be a bad person in this game, which is really hard actually.
something about how like the acne grease makes you want to eat Mexican food, and that leads to social degeneracy. I don't fucking know what that guy was talking about.
Yeah, he had like most weirdos and fascists, they have these weird ideas about the races. They have to justify their shit somehow, and it usually requires some weird leaps of logic.
Okay.
We do have okay, we got an 8 in empathy now. Are you ready to find out what's wrong with this kid?
Ground meat equals skin oil equals desire for tacos. I mean,
we don't have to do it now, but you can increase your HP by putting points in endurance.
oh yeah, okay. But I want to empathize with fuckhead over here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Totally valid.
Failing that, I want to beat him with this crowbar.
Fuck, does Kuno care?
Fuck you, Kuno.
72%.
Oh, we got a bonus
Talk to
point.
Kuno S, and we got a +1 for that, so we're
Okay.
even.
It's not Kuno.
Yes.
Hey, a
It's
10.
Kuno S. Kuno S is by far the worst of the two. Kuno has no problem being near you, but the other hides behind the fence, afraid for her life, like she's done something very bad.
She killed the guy.
She came up with that psychopathic scheme of screaming for help before. Kuno just wanted to talk to you about his name. Kuno S was the one who wound him up and directed him.
I suppose that's true.
Also,
Oh, yeah.
Kuno hasn't stopped talking to you, even enjoys it from time to time. When you talk to the other one, it's like talking to a cornered animal. She only hisses and says murder was the case that they gave her. All in all, Kuno respects madness. You cannot hope to outdo her on that front. You must win yourself a few minutes with him alone. Kuno S is by far the worst of the two. She can also, all in all, Kuno...
Fuck you whispering about?
Whisper, 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 whisper.
He's whispering too. He's going with it. But watch what happens.
Fuck you f***ing whispering about!
She puts extra stress onto that word, expecting it will make you uncomfortable.
If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay? Let's whisper, pig.
This is it. You've got him. But be careful. You
Yeah.
can still fuck this up. Don't make Kuno look bad in this.
Remember, we are talking to a probably methed up child here.
Yeah, okay, so this first line would imply that Kuno's weak, so that's not gonna go well. But if we insult Kuno S, that'll be fine.
She's not fucked up. Everyone's fucked up. Stop judging shit.
Wrong move.
Damn it.
But he's whispering still. You haven't lost him. Just don't mess up again. Or you will. There are no guarantees here.
Alright, maybe that was a bad move. I still feel like this first one's too aggressive, though.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards 2.
Yeah.
Crazy. You don't know the half of it. She's not crazy. She's insane. Dangerous. She's smoked a man. She's done people in. Probably even pigs.
Stop talking to him! Kuno, I'm fucking warning you! You're gonna get us into shit!
She understands what you're trying to do.
Yo, see? Did Kuno not tell ya? Kuno told ya. Kuno talks to whoever he wants. Talk, pig. Kuno's got it under control.
You did it. They're separated. He's even turned his back to her, so she can't read his lips.
Okay. So I think I'm good now. I can just ask questions.
Might be able to ask questions.
Fuck knows. She says it's the song of her people or some shit. Crazy people. The fucking Nakis. I don't know.
Sounds boreal, like something from the tundra and tiger-covered Katla, Isola. Far, far away from here. As far as possible, really. You mean evil little red-haired people like her? Yes, they do. The Suruese have that ginger gene.
Fucking gingers.
Suruese? Like that man from Shelmdall shit? She could be. She could be that Shelmdall shit.
Revachol does have a small Suruese community. Or she climbed into a yakberry crate and was shipped over accidentally.
Kuno means she killed someone. That's right. She's a killer. Like, actually a killer.
He's meant everything he said before. But right now, he not only means it, he is sincere.
Are you getting this? You think I'm fucking telling you a joke here? How hard do you think it is to kill a fat ass? Sweet talk him, then knife him.
Not my guts.
She's probably killed a pig too. I mean, I'm pretty sure she has. Forget Kuno said that. Kuno was just shitting. Kuno was just running his mouth. Kuno's stupid like that.
A cop would be too large for her to overpower. But a determined child of her size can still kill the vulnerable, the elderly, the homeless, or other children. The creature peers at you both from over the fence.
The
There
creature.
is something searching in her eyes.
Fuck no, she's not me sister. She's just a stray who got in, like a mad dog or some shit. Yeah, she was just there.
What was that, Kuno?
She was in the hallway, dripping wet, by the fucking shoe rack, in the dark. Kuno's got no fucking idea. Her hair was all wet. I think she pissed on the floor too. She was there for 3 days, in the corner, every time Kuno went out. I don't know. Someone left the door open. Kuno comes home and she's sleeping under the desk, under a pile of clothes, like a dog. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit. Doesn't even see her there, or thinks it's fucking Kuno. Shit's all on Kuno.
Okay, see, here's where we need to get. Kuno, I need you to open up about your father.
Kuno S, two of a kind.
Is there really a Kuno S?
Kuno falls silent. He does not look at you when he replies.
Kuno, there, that's it. That's what Kuno is starting to think here.
Maybe.
'Cause she fucking looks like Kuno. No one knows her name. Kuno calls her C. Yeah, she would have liked to fuck him up, but she didn't. Kuno wasn't around, and C was with Kuno. Look, Kuno's gonna put you at ease. We didn't do it.
He speaks the truth, my liege.
Yeah, she's psycho. None of that kiddie psycho, cat burning shit. She does the real deal.
Wow.
Yeah. Snuff radio shit. Believe me, pig, you don't want to know.
And he doesn't even want to think about it. This isn't just another boast.
I'm wondering what would happen if I were a physical character, because during conversation, there's like a million like small mental checks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wonder what failing all of those would look like.
Well, you'll see what
How's
failing all of them
Kuno
looks
dealing?
like. Failing, you
Kuno's
don't see
dealing
anything.
Just fine. He doesn't need you fucking with any of it.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't either.
Drama's voice is really good. I'm probably gonna have to play a fascist at some point for the trophies, and I'm gonna.
Yeah, if you want your trophies, you're gonna have to be
Gonna probably have to
an
hit-
awful person.
hit all of those political buttons, but I'll make my fascist character like Turbo Meat Gorilla Man. Like,
Yeah, you can play an ultra physical character.
Kuno's got this shit under control.
I got.
Listen. C is Kuno's go-to. Kuno's protecting her. You fuck with C. You fuck with Kuno. You threaten her. You threaten to take her away.
What we got here is an unhealthy, codependent, abusive relationship.
This is what
Yeah,
it all
we got
comes
something here.
down to. He needs you to take him seriously now.
But empathy is
I'm
like,
going
no,
to
we
kill
gotta,
ya.
we
I'll
need
run
to
when you
listen
put
to him
the
here.
cuffs on her, sneak up on you later and fuck you up. You understand? Alright, now we can do business. Yeah? What do you want? Kuno can hook you up with...
Oh, don't hook him up with shit, Kuno.
See? Relax. He respects the Kuno. Kuno made him respect the Kuno. You respect the Kuno, you get all kinds of shit. Kuno's gonna get you hooked on illegal narcotics.
Yeah, drugs.
Errand for the
Hell
Kuno.
yeah.
Get you hooked, pig. Get his hook in you. Then Kuno gonna get you hooking for more. Cash in big style. Pig hooker. And shit, you can even fuck back in Kuno's kingdom. Kuno saw you sniff around that fucking pile of Etonite. It's a secret door, okay? Just pull it off and fuck back in there.
What? Where was that?
Oh, okay. So, do you remember it was back in the back of this yard? There was a little plank of wood, and you were
yes.
able to look at it, and your perception, which was at 0 at the time, was like it's just a
Kuno
plank
gets
of
it from
wood.
his dad.
It's wood.
Kuno and his dad
It's
are
just
major
wood.
suppliers.
But he's telling you to
That's
pull
where
it
Kuno
back.
gets his lightning on. Problem is, Kuno and his dad had a little falling out. Now junkies clawing at Kuno's door. Streets going mad. Kuno's got to throw his dirty popo man at it. Dirty popo man is you. In there is Kuno's violent dad on steroids. Kuno's dad does steroids and speed. If you can take him, you can have half of the speed. Kuno's dad is a fucking monster. He's the most violent man in Revachol. He doesn't give a shit about a single thing. He drinks too.
Are you sure you can take on the most violent man in Revachol? In your condition?
Yes.
Endurance failure.
Like half. A baggie, but like in this vial.
That's half a gram, sir.
Yeah, half a G. Want it or not? Fuck you talking about half a G? This shit is giant grade A shit. So clean you can barely see it.
I'm gonna take all of those drugs. Kuno's not
You
getting
don't have
shit.
to. Yeah, I
There's
mean,
barely any.
once you have them, you know they're yours.
They're my drugs.
Okay, Kuno's listening.
Please read out the response before you click it.
I'm going in there for justice. I'm a narc, Kuno. I'm gonna confiscate that crap. Or I can say it as a lie.
Lie. You need speed.
I need speed. Guns blazing will get me killed.
Sure. Confiscate it for Kuno, and you can have half. Kuno's violent dad's got Kuno's key, so you need to fuck your way in there, go to the pier side, bang on the door till the cleaning gimp lets you in. That's how Kuno does it.
Okay.
Then you go to room 12 and kick down the door, police violence style. That's what Kuno does. And then it's action time. You're locked in the room with violent fuckhead. That's it. Next time Kuno sees you, you better have his shit.
All right.
What the hell?
I bet this is not how you thought this is gonna go.
Nope.
I'm going to kill Kuno's dad.
We need to that no. I'm not gonna lie to Kim.
Did you know I don't like Benedict cups? Almost no one in the RCM does.
Sorry, Kim. It's just how it be.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Yeah, so trying to kick down the door.
Oh, yeah. Check the door.
There it is.
It's just a plank of wood.
The pile of Eternite looks stranger now that Kuno told you about his.
Perception, very high. Massive fucking context bonus. Technically still failable, though.
Technically still
Because
failable.
unless
Oh my
Kuno
god, you
lied,
almost failed
You
that.
should just be able to pull the panels aside. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
Snake Eyes is an automatic failure no matter what, right?
Snake Eyes is always fail. Yeah. So the highest you can get is 97%.
So this is the shack Kuno mentioned. Let's take a look inside there.
The pile of Eternite looks strange.
Don't be afraid to say weird things. I clearly have not had that problem.
No, that's not a problem you have.
In the game or in real life.
Yeah, it's just. I'm just gonna leave that thought where it was. I'll let everyone interpret that as they will.
I am normal and fun at parties. Thanks, Jeff. No, this game's been fucking great so far.
Bone yellow powder. So you said he wasn't on drugs. You were wrong.
I was very wrong.
Yeah, he is definitely. When he was like Kuno's riding it, he was riding it. So I guess this is his like fun house here.
Yes, I'm gonna steal all his drugs.
Let's take his 40 cents.
All right, cool. Got a little bit of money.
Yeah,
I
we'll
am
find
so
little bits of money everywhere.
Fucking cash poor. Like when
Low on morale? No. Our morale is very high.
I think very highly of myself in the game. When I was fucking talking to the cafeteria manager and he was like 60 for your debts. I was like, oh, that's fine. I'll do that. No, I have just fucking.
You still only got $1.40.
Yeah. Go up.
Did we go up north? We went to Measurehead. We went as far as Measurehead.
Yeah.
We did not talk to the strike breakers though.
No, there was a lot in that area that, but Measurehead took like an hour, and I just wanted to get away from them. Like that. Where? There we go. I was having a hard time. Okay.
Can we get that jacket up there?
Trying.
Maybe we need to be over there, upstairs there.
Maybe.
Okay, so where do we go from here? This way.
All right. I was having a.
Because I know there's a way forward from here.
Oh. Postcard. What's that?
Just a... Oh, Grand Couron. Didn't we hear that? Yeah, somewhere in Jamrock, where our precinct is from.
which is apparently the rough part of town. Looks like we can sell it for $1.20.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, so as far as like developments go, learning about my own history through the ledger, what we just did now with Kuno was actually probably the biggest thing we've done so far.
And we also confirmed that Kuno S did not kill the dude.
Yes.
Which might have been a concern.
I didn't honestly think either of them was the killer. They seem like just a couple of kids poking a dead body with a stick.
Right. Yeah, they wouldn't hang around the dead body if they were dead. They had done it, would they?
Yeah.
Wait, is there a way to go forward from here? Oh, I see there's like balcony that way, and there's Call Me Manana right over there.
Unless it's along. Can't.
I don't think you can snake around because that's the floor right there.
Oh, hey, there's money on the floor.
Okay. You don't think there's progress here? Okay.
But I want that coat.
Yeah.
I need to get up there. There's a
We need to
coat.
get up there somehow.
This is just going on autopilot when I click on that. There we go. That's the good stuff.
No
Hey,
Safed.
no Safed.
Hey.
Let's go talk to our good Nazi friends.
I think there's other stuff we can do up here.
There's some stuff over here. I gotta start remembering to use this highlight everything button because there's a lot.
So
of,
you
like,
see there are
little
bottles
shit.
there on the floor?
Yeah.
That'll be relevant to us a little later.
Okay. I thought they were highlightable. I must have been looking at the money.
Wow, $4. Okay, can we get over to that door though? Probably not.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here. Man down, a trooper has been left behind the enemy lines. You could swear it's more of an instinct than anything else, but you know it's a cop's cloak.
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment. You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
Saber fare is very low. Our saber fare is 0.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. The look in his eyes is a mix of the engineer-like interest and the wonder of a 6-year-old seeing a horse for the first time.
Motherfucker!
Yes, that's one way of putting it. It's certainly an impressive achievement of engineering.
Maybe there's a way to do this that doesn't involve leaping to our death.
But I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here.
So, that check is here.
The wind is aggressive up here.
Is there a way?
The look in his eyes is a mix of the engineer-like interest and the wonder of his eyes trace the crane's contour as if trying to memorize.
Wondering if there's a way we can
shape.
use this crane to get the cloak instead.
Yes. We were in the middle of something. Your cloak. The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it, well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 major stops. Whenever you're ready to do it, I'll be right behind you.
The cloak looks
Well,
like
if you
a
fail
bag
a
of
jump,
goodies
you'll probably
floating
take
in
a
the wind.
damage, but we do
Who
have that
knows what his
Nosafed.
pockets
We
may hide.
do.
What
Your
are
call.
we doing? Or it could be that we are just exploring.
He's thinking you've forgotten where you are again. The wind is aggressive up here.
I
The
really
looks at the enormous
want
the look in his
there
eyes
to
is a
be
I think there's a certain beauty in
no.
a pair of pliers. But you're right. We were focusing on your cloak.
I was hoping this was like
Turns
an
back
alternate solution.
to the sad piece of fabric flapping in the wind.
Not that simple.
Not that simple. Jump! Boxcars! Let's do it.
It was not boxcars.
You don't know.
I've never seen this failure, so...
Eye of the tiger!
Nope.
Okay,
no,
we do not take
that's
the jump.
Still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer. And you've climbed way too high up here.
Oh no, there was a damaged health.
Just be careful, okay? Looks like you almost strained a muscle there.
Goodbye, Nosafed.
Farewell, Nosafed.
Easy come, easy go.
I want that cloak.
Well, I guess we'll have to... Alright, so... We're gonna need a source of money.
Kim, can I borrow some money?
Yes.
I may have to direct you to... the tear bag.
What is the tear bag?
Collecting bottles and cans.
There are some bottles.
And turning them in for recyclables, so you get a few cents for each one.
Fuck yeah.
I think it's somewhere... If somebody knows where it is, would you like to know where it is?
Sure.
Okay.
That seems like the kind of thing that would require a lot of backtracking if I don't get it early, so...
And this map's big. You haven't, like...
Very big.
You haven't explored a lot of it yet. West of the car, yeah.
West of the car.
I know it's close to the Whirling and Rags, but I can't remember where it is. And it'll just hold as much bottles as you need, I think. We did get directions on how to get to Kuno's dad.
We did, yeah. Knock on the door and let the cleaning gimp, as he put it, let us in. Which, if I don't see a man in a head-to-toe rubber suit with a zipper for the mouth, I'm going to be very disappointed. Let's see, west is this way. Give me that bag.
There it is. Now you gotta equip it.
And now, okay, there's the waterfront. What's in this trash can?
Bottle.
This coin
Yeah,
operated
Hobocop.
viewer is facing
Fuck everything,
southwest.
Hobocop.
Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible. The metal feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks unhygienic.
Probably some kids.
A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onuk written on the other side, with N and C scribbled backwards. That's Kuno on the lens. Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast, studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts. Lanky weather-worn planks. An X-shaped cross topping its tower. You know this to be the Star of Perikinesis, or the Cairo. The central symbol of the Perikinesian church, a star. a great moral height to be strived towards. The church looks old and weather-worn. There are no lights in the windows.
So Kuno's vandalizing. Coin op viewers now.
This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual says to insert 25 centimes and pull the handle while looking inside. Then use the foot. Why place a tourist attraction in the middle of such poverty?
There was a revitalization project.
The quarter feels like such a financial investment.
Yeah, that's like 2.5 bottles. Or 5 bottles. I don't know if they're 5 or 10 real apiece.
Then something went sour. I suspect that something was Revachol, the union leader. He muscled them out.
Organized crime is the best.
We should have done something about the union 10 years ago. That ship has sailed, officer.
Contains 5 bottles.
Yeah, 5 bottles.
A lot of tasks. Holy jeepers.
Yep. Best to just explore and see what we end up checking off.
Yeah, right? How did I...
Is there a map? I think we've got a map in Ultimate Edition. I don't think the map was here in the original game, but correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, there's a map. RB. Oh, map information. Okay, we have not acquired a city map yet.
Okay. A map is possible.
We gotta like buy it somewhere.
We gotta go get that from free to.
There are other shops.
Oh, okay.
So it could be in one of those.
Those are bottles.
Yep, they're small, but they're there on the map.
That's weird. They don't highlight.
I think I saw some. Oh, there's one down over there that you're like kind of standing on.
Yeah. I kind of like that they don't highlight. Forces you to.
So you got to be a little eagle-eyed to see them.
But it's also from a game design perspective, it forces you to like take in the details of the surrounding area as you search for bottles.
Sure.
It's like how in Half-Life the barnacles only existed to force the player to look up.
Make you look up. Yeah.
And examine the the world.
Man from Heimdall.
Heimdall, open the Bifrost.
Step right in. The store is open. Are you
Hello, Dickensian street
an
urchin.
exciting book? It's a bookstore.
Dickensian
sir.
book urchin.
We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
I was watching a stand-up comedian who was talking about how polyamorous couples are never the people you want to be polyamorous couples, but board game couples are worse, and I felt a little offended.
Whoa.
Because you're both?
Because A, I'm both, but also B, like, look, I'm sorry that Arkham Horror was too complicated and you lost, but like, what?
The only like serious board game I played was Betrayal at Hill.
It's so good! Oh my god.
It's very good.
I fucking
like,
love
even
Betrayal at the House on the Hill.
Even I get the rules. Like, it makes sense. There's just so many interlocking parts.
It's a different board game every time you play it.
Them. It's like someone told you a story in a really long letter. A postcard.
Oh, what was that? What was that beetle
cardboard
shoving
picture.
game I played?
You can write a few words on the other side and send it to your friend or beloved.
It was like you've got the circular board.
She is unfazed by your questions. She would
that's
consider it
propped
impolite
up,
to
you
point
know,
out
like
any
an inch above the
perceivable
ground,
weakness.
or your table, and you take turns pushing pieces onto the board until you can shove your opponent's piece off.
Oh wow, that sounds fun. I don't know what that is,
Yeah,
but like
it's simple. Like you can only push as far until the piece is completely on the board. It's like those you know, those arcade games with the pushing
are like little games
coins.
on a table.
Yeah.
Made to
It's like
pass the
that.
time. There are several different ones, but
I wanna play
sailors
that
here
now.
mostly buy cards.
I've been trying
Yeah,
to. I've been trying to drum
Kabuto
up.
something. I'm gonna look it up.
Do it. I've been trying to drum up interest for like a digital board game like weekly stream thing, because Humble Bundle had a really good sale last month.
Kabuto Sumo. There it is.
Oh, that sounds rad.
My pleasure.
And if I can
Anything
find
else
it,
you'd like to
if
know?
they make a digital copy at Betrayal: A House on the Hill, I wonder. I have never
I
seen
bet they do.
one.
You could probably get a module for Tabletop Simulator.
Oh, that's true. I'm gonna look into that. I want to play that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's been done. I mean, Tabletop Simulator is an easy way to do that, assuming everyone you're playing with owns Tabletop Simulator.
Yeah.
It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games.
And
It's
yeah,
called
definitely set
Crime,
up before you start
Romance,
drinking,
and
otherwise it
Biographies
gets
of Famous
confusing.
People.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
Challenging failure. Thanks,
What?
Encyclopedia.
What is a book?
My pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know? Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books. My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. I'm
And you're
signaling
standing
that
out in the
store is
cold
open.
because?
Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
This poor kid.
A sudden gush
They don't even give her a sign to
the
spin.
pages of the books on the counters.
Or a
covers
book
her
to read.
face, smiling.
I worked at the college bookstore one summer, and there was nobody there because it was fucking summer, and I got yelled at for reading a book behind the counter. Like, I'm standing at a cash wrap for 8 hours a day doing 0 transactions in a bookstore.
That fucking sucks.
And they were like, you can't read. I'm like, what the fuck? We're a bookstore. I'm advertising the product. Also, there's no one here.
Kind of you to offer, sir.
What could you do to help her anyway?
Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
What is hot juice?
This kid's a fucking trooper.
Who are these famous people?
Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them. I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
Seems
kid is
like
trying
most
so
people who
hard.
Read those books.
Kid is
fail
the
to get
exact
more
opposite of
famous for
Kuno.
reading.
Maybe if we put her and Kuno in the fucking teleporter machine from Jeff Goldblum's Fly, we'll have a normal child.
But it does make the famous people more famous.
I think this is a normal child, and Kuno is just a street urchin who is on drugs with a bad family.
Why would they do that, sir?
Because I'm a superstar!
That's so cool. Maybe they'll make you a book cover picture and everything. Standing over a dead body, holding a gun.
Brundle dickhead.
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
She makes me watch PragerU.
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed. Mum says it's peachy. She was a
She
little
says the
afraid-
liberals are out to kill the small businessman.
Cursed.
Behind
Okay,
her,
wait, hang
the
on.
window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second. And some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Spooky haunted house story? Or more meth heads.
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
Ass up.
I wouldn't really say it like that, but I guess so.
I'm talking to a child.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here.
Yes, please do look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games you asked about are also there, sir.
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist.
Kim.
I liked it better when
The
we were
plasma.
asking about famous people.
Kim, the plasma, please.
No such thing.
Kim,
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir?
have you not listened to the words of Master Zach Baggins?
Do you remember the intercom we were messing with last stream?
Yes.
Nothing
That's
really,
part
sir.
of this building.
Mine doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there.
Enough about the curse.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
just
I
on
can
the
tell you
it's just
about
on the
some of our
side of this
books
building.
instead.
For now. What is
It's the type of
romance?
book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man.
Oh man,
That is how romance.
Or there could be
That's-
a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir.
Also about discovering the true meaning of Christmas.
It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process. Or should actually be rich himself, but has lost his family property unjustly, like during the revolution or something. Those are unhappy books, for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end.
Poor people are ugly and don't deserve love.
These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that. Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting.
Annette is starting first wave feminism.
yeah.
That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life.
No one wants to read a book about everyone being poor because we're trying to have some fucking escapism, please.
Not in romance books, sir. These are about nice and pretty people, and everyone is happy in the end. I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum.
I think she has one about an oh no, the gravitas music kicked in.
I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though. No, I don't know. Yes, she knows books, definitely.
I'm a very damaged man. Do you have any books to reaffirm my values?
Well, there's some Camus in the back.
An idea for an unfinished novel
But I don't want to
somewhere
kill the
in
Arabs.
foreign.
Oh, you do
You
actually.
clearly have issues you need to address.
I remember. I'm sure I don't need to ask, but you do remember empathy and other small victories.
Of course.
The on the jacket on the back, it said, "Yeah, it's kind of like Camus, but mixed with Office Space."
Yeah. Yeah.
And I always thought that was kind of actually pretty apt.
Empathy and other small apathy and other small victories is.
Oh my god, I said empathy, didn't I?
It's all good. It's a book I read in college and I handed around to all of my friends.
Yeah, and I ended up reading it, and it was great. And I ended up reading it for the Lisa LP twice.
Maybe some about other books?
Yeah, do you remember the part where you have to stand on a bunch of barrels for 3 minutes?
Uh-huh.
In an homage to Earthbound? I just read Apathy, the scene where he goes to his landlord. Because I think it's the best fucking thing I've ever read that is written.
It's kind of like if Chuck Palahniuk was less gross.
Yeah,
And less
way
mean.
less gross.
It's got a very similar kind of vibe, but the opening line that hooked me is the character wakes up and he's talking about how he has a compulsion to steal salt shakers. And he wakes up with salt shakers in all of his pockets and his bed's full of salt, and the line is just like, I've achieved my life's goals. I have become cured meat. And as soon as I read that, I'm like...
The opening line is, I was stealing salt shakers again.
I am the beef jerky man. Like, yep, that's a book I need to read. I think I still have it around here somewhere.
I keep losing. I've bought it multiple times and I keep losing it.
Burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
The landlord, where he's like paying rent by having sex with the landlord's wife, and they talk about it as if it's a clown slapping two dead salmon together.
Yes, I did read that on the Lisa LP because it was like one of my favorite bits. Mechanically speaking, there was sex. The second time I used it is when you climb up the rope to get the finger.
Yeah, yep, nope, that's good.
It's exciting to people, I guess. They get to imagine dangerous things, and it's kind of like a puzzle, where you can guess who the criminal is, or how the good guys are going to catch him. You don't
wonder if
look much
that guy
like
has written anything
policeman.
else.
His name's Paul Nealon, if I remember correctly.
That's correct, yeah.
Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
Somebody called you Dick Mullen before.
Yeah.
Because he is a book character.
Yeah. I got that around because my initials are HDB.
Correct.
And I was
so
like,
that
oh,
is, yeah, we are not Dick Mullen.
We are not Dick Mullen. But I could be. No.
Oh, when we called our precinct, that was when someone like, oh, Dick Mullen fucked it up? Weird. I can't believe this is happening.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. I just thought that was my name, but it's not.
What's that mean?
Raise hell.
Everything's better now, sir?
Yes.
That's great, sir.
Small child has no idea.
This kid is we're kind of torturing her.
More about books, maybe?
I'm just here trying to work for Mummy.
Yeah, everything's boarded up here. It's really weird, except for that window up front.
Crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. It's the name of the store.
Yeah, that's actually the name of the store.
This Post Levantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front.
Fuck you, mailbox.
Important moral choice. Oh.
Oh no!
There is a hollow, saddened ring as you kick the Levantorie mail collection box. It sounds betrayed, in disbelief even.
I can't believe you.
I died from kicking a mailbox.
You died. You died. You absolutely deserve that.
Unnatural pressure. It's spread into your left arm, your jaw.
Kim, help, please.
Help. Kim, for the love of God.
Yeah. Screaming isn't happening on account of extreme shortness of breath. You're just making it worse. Oh, there's no shame in surrendering now. It gets so dark. You don't even see her face, like you always thought you would. You only see.
So 2 deaths so far. 1 from reaching for
When
my
was the last
necktie.
time we when was the last time we saved?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, we can retrace her steps.
Let's see. He was the heaviest drinker I'd ever met.
Final heart attack. A detective lieutenant of the RCM passed away yesterday.
I can't believe you kicked the mailbox, though. It's like you could be nice to it.
It's a mailbox.
Good mailbox.
Good mailbox. Nice mailbox. Happy mailbox. About half an hour ago was the last save. But that's fine. Like, you can skip all the dialogue, so
yeah,
losing time is actually only a fraction of what you think it is.
we didn't really get a lot out of Annette.
Yeah, talking to Annette didn't do anything. And
Okay,
actually,
we need to go into Kuno's. Okay, we can now we can optimize.
Yeah, let's go get the bag first, because there were bottles
Wait,
up there.
did we get tear? No, we did not. We only have $1. We didn't go into Kuno's yet.
Oh, we have to do the Do we have to do the conversation with Kuno?
I think you already did the conversation with Kuno.
Well, let's see. If we can take the wall off, we'll know. But we don't have to go up there.
Well, we should, because there's a free Nosafed up there.
There is, but there's also bottles up there, so if we go get the bag first, then we can...
It's nothing.
Okay.
It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing. Because...
Yeah, you already talked to Kuno. You got an 11 on the check.
Great.
You see a shabby little door.
And now we know not to use the Nosafed trying to jump for the... See, we actually will have gained a Nosafed, like, net.
So
Yeah.
This was good. This was a good thing. I'm glad I kicked that mailbox.
Glad you kicked the mailbox. Good job.
The mailbox was actually a thank you, mailbox. You've actually gained me a Nosafed.
This post-love.
You're a good mail delivery box. I love you.
The box seems happy.
You're gonna come back when you've got like 6 Nosafed and be like, fuck you.
Fuck you, mailbox. We don't need to talk to Annette because that didn't actually... Well... There was the curse. Did that, like, start us off on the cursed building quest?
I think that's the only thing. But it didn't really help us because we can ask about that inside.
Oh. Here's windows. That's a whole extra place. Oh, I gotta equip the bag.
You must have the bag on. That one horn sting feels like the entire theme of the game. It's just very dystopian sound. Kind of always plays around the whirling in rags. This game's got a very understated but good soundtrack.
Who are you?
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
Honey, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, all right?
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
Yeah, why not?
Is this gonna kill you?
Oh no.
This felt wrong. Wrong like touching your sister's breast. You threw your sister's breast.
And it killed you.
Oh, yeah. Good job, sir. That was an excellent throw.
Okay, so I've succeeded at that check, and you just pitch it into the ocean.
It felt like you were going for a thrust or a lunge.
Oh, thank God.
There was definitely gonna be jumping. Maybe you scored a point, but this is a fiasco.
What are you talking about? You just executed a pretty much perfect pétanque throw.
How are you ever going to get the officer's shit off your nose, Gaston? Or even climb out of his ass?
That's just how Johnny Ball Game is!
Right. Was the demonstration it? Or do you still need something from us, officer?
That's right, my name's Johnny Ball Game.
What do we need from this gentleman?
Unfortunately, I don't.
Okay, so I didn't die. Okay.
Like most of the locals, I have
No, you took morale
qualms about
damage.
I took morale. I can fucking tank morale damage. My
Yeah,
ego
we're
is
fine with
massive.
that.
In Martinez, the union is the law. So can you really blame them?
So by fucking up, because you intended to pitch the ball into the ocean because you don't know the rules of the game,
Yeah,
But by
you
fucking
just show
up,
these
you
fuckers how it's done. By fucking up, you do the perfect bocce ball throw.
It's so good.
Whatever this game is, it looks like bocce ball.
It looks like bocce ball. Well, there's no posts, but other than that, yeah.
Can't you play it with other balls to represent the thing you're supposed to throw it close to?
Oh, maybe.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different game.
I'm thinking of croquet. Croquet has posts.
Yeah.
Yes. That's 8 Escape puts it pretty well. My ego is a multi-tiered fortress made of stone. My endurance is a wet cardboard box. Oh my god, I can become famous by buying followers and views and...
Oh, hang on.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
That's what should be like my job when I'm here.
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
Politics?
I'm confident they are indispensable in regard to all the paperwork and other administrative duties. I am merely
are we going to do a feminism here?
I mean, we've already tapped into feminism.
Inexplicable feminist agenda.
Yeah, feminism and communism.
Remaining
I mean,
making tough decisions on the spot, or even tackling physical obstacles are a few examples of such challenges.
You're a bit of an asshole, aren't you?
There's no point in getting angry at nature, officer. This is just the way we are made.
Oh god, I was watching...
This is a human. This is what we're made of. This is what everyone was like before us.
Fuck you, Jordan. What was it? Oh, have you ever seen the Civil War on Drugs?
Nope.
The Whitest Kid You Know sketch. Well, long form sketch.
Oh, like it's a series of sketches.
Yeah, it was like the it was the last sketch of every episode of a season, and if you play them all together, it's like one long hour-long thing.
Yes.
Okay.
The provides an interesting variety to a familiar game.
It's two dipshits who are in Virginia right before the Civil War who get introduced to pot, and they think the entire Civil War is about marijuana, so they're trying to get to Washington to stop the war. And every time they walk into a battle, they think everyone's shooting each other over that weed stuff that makes you high when you smoke it.
No.
And they're wondering, like, what girl brains put all this shit together? They keep referring to everyone as girl brains. And I'm watching it with Sid, and she just keeps looking at me like, this was your thing. You put this on.
Why what? Because that's what happens when communists hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You commies, communists, socialists, anarchists, call them what you like. They just chose the name to feel special. Senseless sentimentality. Sadly, no. It was the
So this is talking about the overall history of the town that you're in. We got some of that last time.
So valiantly we got licked.
About 40, 50 years ago, there was a revolution.
With a suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't though, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough.
Wait, tell me more about your suicide sex cult.
It was probably a bit more complicated than that.
Because this place is a damn beachhead. Had to soften the commies up first. Yes, the military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol.
Yeah, this was where D-Day happened.
Your lack of historic knowledge troubling. A sign of mental deterioration in the preceding generation.
Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta.
In retrospect, I should have put some more points into physical because I want to punch this man. And others like him. Probably not enough to punch Machine Head or whatever the fuck his name was, because he would still floor me. But I could take out this old guy.
This guy.
Look at this guy. His bones are held together with spit.
This here is Blood Ground, where Coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we're playing petanque on their mangled corpses.
Blood Ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
Gaston is just like, oh god, you fucking started him up. Good job.
This is like Granddad and Uncle Raqus. Like two old guys with completely opposite ideologies, but they're the only two old men in town, so they gotta hang out together.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, officer. I hate those foreign dogs, but the enemy of my enemy and all that, they're the lesser evil.
Actually, I already know all of this.
Yes, damn it. I know. They laid the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it. And it worked, too. The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now the Union Socialists are practically running the place.
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the Coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job. Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course, they still all influence.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players on the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... What do you think?
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
Preposterous! Surely you don't mean it. I'm just sorry it had to be them. After
it seems like
boiling cats for food and drinking my piss in the mountains.
It seems like Marxism cranked violence to 12 is the only option for communism in this game.
Possibly. We'll see as we go along.
I would.
You will continue to have.
Right honorable king.
You will continue to have the option.
Revachol. Or even if that damn clan Frisell had risen from the grave and led us.
One thing I feel like it's okay to tell you, and just to hey, maybe look out for this thing. There is a secret communist quest that you can get. I don't know how to get it, but it's kind of amusing.
This royal failure weighs heavily on him.
I got a coworker who is a very vocal communist.
Instead,
and
all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on.
I've heard it all before, dipshit.
This was their plan all along. This is
literally cultural Marxism, isn't it?
Yes. Or cultural Bolshevism, I guess it would be in the 50s.
Yeah.
No, I got a friend.
This is alternate 50s.
Yeah. So cultural Suzeranism. Oh no, the Suzerain is the homeland. I don't know. The noun. There's a lot of nouns. I'm just kind of taking those on the chin.
You're keeping up pretty well. Don't worry about it.
Years ago, ain't got nothing to do with anything.
No, I got a coworker who's like a very vocal communist, and he's very big on the teachings of Lenin.
Damn Frisell.
And
he was a king we couldn't protect. The Carabineers failed him.
I could never be a good communist because I don't have time to read all the fucking books.
He died in the hands of
but
in a very public execution.
He was telling me the other day during a break about one of the reasons he liked Lenin so much was that Lenin would stand up on a box and talk about how the anarchists like were all misguided and needed to do something, and then the second somebody from the outside tried to talk shit about the anarchists, who were like, hey, wait, no, fuck you.
A true king in both blood and mind.
They're my cousins. I can talk shit about them. You can't talk shit about them.
The damn commies drove him into exile.
Some manner of self-deceit is present in his thinking. Sounds like this Guillaume abandoned him, and he doesn't want to admit it.
This Suzerain is the king. Has everyone forgotten already?
Oh, he's a monarchist.
Soon, they will forget everything.
A czarist, I guess.
Then he chooses anger over melancholy.
It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the Filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire.
Or he's just a sad old man who has nothing left.
Yeah, he's that. So our composure is wow. Yeah, composure's a physical stat. Oh well.
Well, it's a white check.
All you observe
7.
is a veteran refusing to let go of the past and his old
7.
This is not uncommon.
This is the uniform of the Royal Carabineers in service of Frissel I, Guillaume le Lion, and the valiant King Philip V before him.
Don't you mean Frissel the Fan?
Hey.
You do not speak his name, Craven, although he was a clown. But he was our clown, ours to ridicule and to mourn.
There's something he missed. You will get to it. Don't worry.
You're a sad old man.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. King Philip III on his steed. A reminder of what Revachol once was.
Wasn't that guy a real fuck up? Didn't we get the history lesson about that guy?
Yeah, he squandered the resources, he let the people go hungry.
Nose candy.
Yeah. And then,
Gaston seems to have the right of it here.
Yeah. And then the citizenry, like, tore the statue apart and then rebuilt it as some kind of,
anti-thesis to him.
What's that? There's a specific Japanese art style. It's similar to the thing where you smash a pot and then put it back
Reconstruct
together.
it.
Yeah, with like gold in the cracks to like highlight the broken pieces.
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what is.
They did that, but you know, with all the pieces like distorted and distended to highlight the broken parts.
I was gonna say that happens several times in Phoenix Wright.
Now, this is Japan, not California, as we all know, where Phoenix Wright takes place.
I don't remember how many times the Amy statue gets smashed.
Oh yeah.
Decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is something the insurgents never understood.
I still haven't played Phoenix Wright 1820s London edition, and I've read a lot of like bad reviews of it, people complaining about how like, oh, it's really long and there's a lot of dialogue and there's not much gameplay, and I'm like,
apparently it really is not like the best. Like the Phoenix Wright games got longer as they kept going.
A nation is only as strong as its leader. That's why it
like everything I've read just makes it sound like, yeah, so it's a Phoenix Wright game.
Don't get started on that again. What happened?
I would say from 5 on, especially the Edgeworth games. The Edgeworth games are very long.
The Carabiner doesn't reply.
The last case in each one is just like
communicates unbreakable.
A few hours longer than it probably needs to be.
No one and nothing can change this man's mind. He is as rigid as they come, still in that antique uniform. It's a symbol for him.
What was that about cocaine?
What was that about cocaine?
Old Philip was a big fan of the purple nose candy the nobility loved so much. A cocaine connoisseur of sorts. His egocentricity is borderline legendary.
You
I do
can't
like
even
this
take
guy.
the responsibility for yourself.
Gaston.
How could you fathom the responsibility?
He seems to have like
weighing
kind
on
of
the shoulders
taken it
of a
all in
ruler?
stride. Like, oh yeah, that guy, he sure loved that nose candy.
That's why the Philippian kings use cocaine for clarity of vision, to aid in their work.
Sure.
Regnum cocainum, Revachol's finest years.
Cool. I use cocaine because I want to get fucked up and break shit.
Of course. Clarity of vision. Awareness.
Kim disagrees.
Philip III was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. The court medic administered a dose to his mother when she was in labor, and it is well known that with the help of cocaine, only the purest, of course, he was able to connect with higher realms.
When my eyes went bad, they had to put cocaine into my eyeballs.
Nice.
Higher realms. Of course, it all makes sense.
It was
England Empire.
Monarchists have brainworms.
He's just making excuses for the king's habits, isn't he?
Yes, rhetoric.
What was that about higher realms?
It's really not. Please, do spare us the cocaine fairy tales.
I don't want the fairy tales. I want the cocaine.
Yes, indeed. We're not here to investigate the drug trade of centuries past.
Oh, good.
Hey, we healed morale.
Fuck yeah.
That might be related to one of our thoughts.
Maybe.
I know there's, or just talking about certain things just heal morale, I guess. Anyway, save your game before you die. Or you might have accidentally used one. Yeah. Oh yeah, you did.
Oh, I did.
Careful on the D-pad.
Yeah. Well.
It's all right.
Yeah, I mean, I would have had to use it later, or use it now or use it later.
If you can make it like the whole day without using them, though, that'd be good because you heal at the end of each day.
Oh, really?
You gotta find a place to stay, though.
I'll just go to...
We currently don't have a hotel room. Oh yeah, bottles. Plenty of bottles there.
Let's go clean up.
Yeah, clean up the stuff that we need to get.
Yeah, Kuno's little hideout over here is fucking.
Get our Nosafed.
Ooh, found 20 cents. And magnesium. Great.
Cool.
Sweet. Hobocop.
Oh, those are the orbs that you can get once you get upstairs.
So it seems like red checks are the only ones that can hurt me.
I don't know about that.
No, that's not true, because jumping for the coat was a white check, and that hurt me.
Yeah, because you can retry that.
Well.
No, just anything that seems physical could potentially hurt you.
I'm so frail.
I could have sworn there were some drugs in this place we could pilfer. Right, I forgot. Kim's here.
Maybe we got to come back when Kim is out of the party.
Maybe.
Because it implied that... Because when I was looking at the bench, it was like, when you're not with Kim, you can come here and pass time.
Mm-hmm.
Scruffapone's got some inside baseball. What's up?
Okay.
Or inside cricket. Nameless one doesn't see drugs he doesn't know about. Oh, do we got to go like, hey, Kuno, I think I saw some drugs in your stash. And he'll be like, yep, those are Kuno's drugs. And then we can go steal the drugs.
I feel like I just took them. Because I remember I remember doing this before I got in with Kuno.
Oh, I don't have enough electrochemistry.
Electrochemistry. Yeah, your electrochemistry is kind of low.
Well, looks like we're going to have to beef up some electrochemistry. I'm kind of wishing I had played on hardcore mode, because it sounded like you get more experience.
What was the difference again?
Checks are harder, but you get experience for passing checks. Low electrochemistry is a straight edge run. Oh no, I didn't want that. All right. Next time we get the chance, more electrochemistry. I need more drugs in my life.
Okay. Now we save?
Yeah.
That's fairly quick.
I mean, true, there is that. I get the effects of drugs without the actual drugs.
Did we look in that bucket?
I live in a giant bucket.
I guess you did. You must have.
What's over here?
That's the other yard from the from an apartment complex.
Oh, that's right. Like the after 1300, we were going to get access to the kitchen and the back rooms.
Yeah.
And it's well past that now, so we could go do that.
Yeah, people might be in the cafe that weren't there before.
Kuno, I'm going to steal your drugs as soon as I learn more about drugs.
I think I did a low physicality run because I definitely died in an early check. But I didn't do a 1 physicality. No, I did a 1 physicality run. And I quickly tried to fix that.
Oh, Kim. If I had it to do over again, it would probably be 5 Psyche and 5 Motorics. No. 5 Physique.
Mm-hmm.
So I could have my Inland Empire and my Electrochemistry. Go to Party Planet.
5 Shivers, too. Shivers is interesting. It's mysterious. I won't really tell you what it does. Maybe if it pops up.
Slugs get into your blood and turn you into hedonistic orgy zombies? My shoe!
The shoe. The shoe mystery.
I found my other shoe! I've been running around this whole time in 1 sock.
Yep.
How do I get back up there?
Well, the Union isn't here.
I've probably stepped in a lot of things, sans shoe, that I don't want to think about.
Oh, yeah. You ran through a lot of shit today.
I saw this picture on the internet one time of like some free-spirited hippie chick with an Instagram account like walking around barefoot in New York City, and everything about like just a million comments like, nope, never, not even once.
Yeah, no.
Never in a million years.
Way too much broken glass.
At the best of times. Not even in like the rich neighborhoods of New York City would I ever walk around barefoot.
I don't want to walk around on concrete barefoot. That's what shoes are for.
Finally have my shoe.
Finally, because you didn't look at the
two identical shoes.
Secret task complete. Find your other shoe.
Green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet.
Oh, does this do composure?
Crocodiles. It's pretty clear a normal cop is not what you are. Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
-1 to savoir faire because of the fucking heels.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Which means if you do that jump, you're going to take your shoes off.
Need to do something behind Kitsuragi's back. Sneak out after he's gone to sleep. Okay, cool.
Yeah, another clue was the broken window in your room. You threw your shoe out the window.
Oh!
Through the window.
Fuck this shoe! And fuck this window!
Fuck the door to the bathroom.
Fucking... We're gonna go... Oh, there's bottles in there.
Oh yeah, sure. Ground fucking zero over here.
See? Cafeteria manager. I'm cleaning. Hobo cop.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's...
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
Not that time yet.
No. Besides, why sleep when we could keep ourselves going with chemistry?
Wall. In it, your face adorned with the expression.
Oh. Do I have...
Chain cutters?
Yes.
Okay, so equip them?
Let's see.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face adorned with the expression. A mirror hangs on the bathroom.
Still not great, but let's see.
The chain cutters slip out of your hands as you attempt to twist the faucet into place. Well, you know one thing for sure. You've probably never been.
Okay, that probably didn't hurt you though.
No, we're good.
So if you want to turn in your tear, you go to Fred.
Tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore.
This is where the magic happens.
And by that you mean crimes against humanity?
Well, crimes against myself.
I have no idea what that means.
You have 5 experience for that.
I'm incredibly self-aware.
Seems like you got most of the bottles, but I still see one right in the center there.
Yeah. I'm also trying to look out the window, but...
Yeah, where's the broken window?
Looks like it's right here. Or...
Oh, yeah, there it is.
I can't target it, though. I also can't target that wine bottle on the floor.
Yeah, that's the one I was looking at. Maybe that's literally not pick-upable.
Oh! Picking up the shoe might have locked me out of looking at the
Yeah, maybe
window.
it's something you do when you wake up in the morning.
Yeah. Hey, nice lady!
This door can only be still nothing. The loot.
Sorry I said I wanted to make a fuck at you.
Doesn't like where this is going.
Can we be friends? I don't think I have the physical constitution necessary for sexual activity. The nameless one here would definitely have a heart attack if he tried to fuck.
You mean HGB?
HGB here would definitely have a heart attack if he tried to fuck.
Probably. But you can handle a lot of morale damage.
I can hit on women at the bar all night long. In a weird way, I'm better at being rejected than I am at being accepted.
That door's open now.
Oh, what's that?
15.
I took the money out of the swear jar from the kitchen.
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Garancy and Kubek. Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Garancy Kubek.
Mr. Quebec, I'm here on official police business.
Puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air. He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove. You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads? It is quite pretty. I suppose we could look into it as a side investigation.
Kim, my hunches have never led us astray so far.
It's hardly a side investigation. You already have a name for it.
It's hardly worth a title. Anyway, Gart is the person to ask about this.
New quest.
Cafeteria manager.
The blue
The
door.
cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel door is flush with its frame on every side. It leads to a side building, adjacent to this one. The old building next to this, half ruined. Whatever
Things have been going in Disco. I kicked a mailbox. I died.
The door does not budge.
But now we found the final boss of this game, the blue door. Hey, Mr. Cafeteria Manager, who is my best friend?
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. Oh yes, that door. Sure. There's
I
nothing
really like Gart.
mysterious
He's
about it.
pretty funny.
It's just a door. No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frit warehouse, probably. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust.
And drugs.
Junk and dust.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
Fine, okay, a little. but my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that.
So the key is not here. But it might be a Frit warehouse, you say?
Mm-hmm. We do need to stop there.
Come, Kitsuragi. The game is afoot. I must learn the secrets of the blue door. I love this. Because a lot of the time you'll see games like, Saints Row or Sunset Overdrive, and they're mad characters. It's like, colorful raccoon hot dogs, just random and obnoxious. Which, sure, can be fun, is fine. But like this kind of obsession with like, it's blue, that means it has to be important. Also, I'm thankful they keep track of all the white tab checks that I can reattempt. That's very nice of them.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now. You're 100% sure you got special Hobocop money for that tear. At least 100% extra tear money. If the numbers on the machine told you otherwise, it's a lie.
My Hobocop.
Okay, so you got extra money for being a Hobocop.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
I want it.
Their logo is the bloodless rose, pure white, untouched by harm.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste.
Oh
We
shit,
don't
Nosafed
stock
is cheap.
prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
Ooh.
Dromine's useless to us. We only have 1 health.
Sure. But can I steal the drugs?
Nope.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
Disaffected teenager, provide me the keys.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care what Frit does.
She looks up from under her brow.
Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay?
I must investigate.
We're not even investigating the Frit for some reason. Feels like you would,
several
but
packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back.
What is what? It's a raincoat. If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real.
Ooh.
+1 endurance.
Here you go.
I could use some of that. I guess that would be under...
Matches our pants.
It does. I lose 1 esprit de corps, but...
Your esprit de corps is already pretty high.
Understand cop culture. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot about the cops. I need to be able to get punched more than once.
You want to grab a Nosafed too?
Yeah, might as well. Have 1 in the tank.
A small cabinet on the
Have 2 in the
wall is
tank.
filled with very...
Okay,
For 90 cents.
Here.
Have
I
2
hope
in the
Saint
tank.
Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Now that I have this raincoat. Oh, thank you for those pronunciation guides.
Classier, Oranje, Revachol.
Revachol. The language conventions are weird. They're pulling from
I
Russian.
Really get them. Aren't these guys from Estonia? Chat. Ask in chat because they might know. Like where are the writers from and developers?
The conventions and pronunciations are pulling from all over the place. There's some Russian in there. There's a lot of French. There's some Spanish. Hey, guess what?
The sand has only worsened since I last saw you. He does not so much as glance at the object. Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it. He had nothing to do with it.
I'm back and I have my raincoat. Fisticuff. Oh no. Oh no.
How did this happen? Your little fist is in his giant hand and he's squeezing it. It hurts. You must be out of your mind, degenerate drunk. Say it. I am a degenerate alcoholic.
Fuck you.
Fist cracks in his hand like a ripe apple. Pain shoots up into your brain as he's twisting it more and more. The words to the song have changed. Say, I am a violent drunk.
Fuck you.
Your hand twists in his grip and the pain blinds you. Still you press the words out of your swollen mouth. Good. Now leave before you humiliate your homoerotic organization any further.
Well.
Physical instrument. Not our thing.
I was.
Kim wants to talk to us.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't force us into situations where I may have to shoot random civilians, because that won't get us anywhere.
You can shoot this guy?
The one bullet my chamber holds would even prick that hook.
I'm a hero!
We're not here on some political quest. We are here to solve a crime. Don't make the situation any more volatile than it already is. And you're just going to let him manipulate you like that? We are not here on some political quest. We are here to solve a crime.
The lieutenant groans, but doesn't say anything. That's right. You should do it again.
Yes.
It's the last thing you'll be expecting. Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really
Okay, wait, maybe hang on to this one. Because we can't take 2 damage again.
No, but we've got an extra buff. And if I can get something to use as a weapon, I might be able to hurt him. I assume that buff is going to hang around until I try again.
What about that door? Nothing? No dialogue box? Just a locking sound?
Yeah, I guess that door's just locked.
Okay.
I want to save all of this Union stuff until I can deal with Measurehead.
And get into the harbor?
Yeah. Oh, money. Door's not blue.
No, we can buy more Nosafed. White tank top.
Why do I feel like
kill our endurance bonus?
Yeah, but why do I feel like it's going to give me... Yep.
+1 physical instrument. Oh, it's inside. It's your shirt, not your jacket. So you can have it and lose a conceptualization.
But gain a suggestion.
Gain a suggestion. That's fine.
Cool.
I say come back after putting a point into physical instrument. Or endurance, whichever.
My odds just got higher.
An old monument stands.
Let's see what else we can do for a minute. Although, hey, look, you got a dirty white tank top that lets you hit people harder.
Yeah. There's going for the body. I know there's some experience there.
Investigating the body, doing my job.
Yeah.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia. The driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels.
Purity is a weird word.
The back end of the cabin is a small
if you wanted to lay the body, I think I know a good place to go as well.
Scruff is also suggesting we go see boats.
A book with ragged edges.
I was going to suggest boats as well.
The front cover features a large, muscular man.
That's north of the square, right? North of the bookstore?
In the lost city of the Pygmies.
Oh, that's right. We didn't actually check out the bookstore.
Nationalist paraphernalia.
Nope, we didn't go into the bookstore either.
In this part of town. This is our guy. Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
Oh, this is Measurehead's truck. Oh, man. So, why can't I brain him with the crowbar? I feel like the crowbar would be good for this.
Should help. Should give you a physical instrument.
Yeah.
Maybe it's an oversight in the whatchamacallit, mechanics of the game.
Look at that man. Oh, that's right, the racist lorry driver. I forgot about him too. Look at the fucking guy though. Scruff. That's not murder. He could take like several crowbars to the face. I'm only gonna hit him like 8 or 9 times.
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
Look at this mug.
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that funny in a while. God damn. Thanks for that, but
you got 5%. You got 5 XP for making a racist dude laugh.
Oh, good.
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike. So
did I get racism points?
Sit and wait
yes, you have 5 racism points now.
Damn it.
Apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Yeah, apples. I take. It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with a coalition in charge, and I'm not people who studied these things.
We already had this conversation with him, didn't we?
Yep.
Don't.
I really wanted to hold this guy while Kim beat him up.
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to. Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to.
Apples.
Look, as detective. I come from a long line of lorrymen. We got ancient rights and privileges. Oh, I'm here to pick up a load of fucking apples, man. Just regular Koiko picked apples.
Koiko may be another derogative For a person from Grad, you think?
Yep, it's one of their main exports. They grow him down South Yekokata. A beautiful place. Got great scenic vistas.
In fact, Yekokata is a desolate wasteland whose name literally translates to Zone of Ecological Catastrophe. It features no scenic vistas and supports virtually no plant or animal life.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah? Says who? Then, I guess they grow apples somewhere else. You can never really tell with those koikos. They're everywhere, except their own homes.
He means the people living in Grad.
Yeah, you know, Gradniks, Gradvolk, those degenerates from Grad. Hey, if the name and description fit by the very grace of nature, did you miss the part where I said they aren't here yet? Besides, even if I did have some, I wouldn't go putting my nose in them, huh?
Relax, you've got all you can get here. He probably doesn't even know what he's hauling, even if it is something unsavory. So he'd remain unaccountable.
Oh yeah, they're a big deal. My great-grandfather was a carter, had a royal license and everything. We've tried to hold on to our privileges. Someone with a cart. What did you think it was? That's how deep into history our thing reaches. Before machines. Not at all. We're part of a guild and everything, huh? It's very ancient, very prestigious. Hell no, it's a guild. Invitation only. Unions work for the rich fucks. They're basically the same. Been trying to fuck us out of our heritage in the name of profit, but you can't replace experience. Trusting street thugs with their...
I also want to hurt you.
You're not getting anything useful out of this guy. We got some experience. You got some racism points.
Hooray.
Gotta squeeze that rock.
Oh, there is no racism stat. Oh. I got another fascist point.
You got another fascist point at some point.
Maybe that was that. Let's see.
So north is the body, and then west and north is the docks, I think.
Let's hit the let's hit the bookstore on the way, because we never actually went in there.
Hello, sir. Step right in.
That's probably a fascism point right there.
An exciting book. It's a bookstore.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horse.
I think I'm gonna go eat dinner soon, so I'm going to probably take a little break.
She is unfazed by your questions.
Board games are like little games.
I will
my
also
pleasure.
take a break.
Anything
when
else
the
you'd
time
like to know?
comes.
Okay, I'll be back.
All right, let's
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books. Oh, I think
let's just get Anne here talking about the curse again, just so we can have that on the record, and then we'll take a short break.
I'm signaling.
Let me just remember how I did that.
Turns the pages of the books on.
Thank you, sir. I'm happy to help Mum out with the store. I do. Mum says it's necessary to do both because Mum says it's
Behind her, the window has been.
There we
curse in the way that makes them. Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far.
We can go.
Yes. Please do look at our wares. Nothing really, sir.
It does not.
Plasma
No, sir.
manifestations.
Anything else? Maybe I can tell you about some of our books.
Crime is what we were solving before this.
And it's kind of like a puzzle. You don't look much like a policeman. Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Muller. What's
Let's see,
that
we
mean?
did this.
And everything's better now, sir? That's great, sir. More about books, maybe? It's the or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich. I haven't read. I don't think. No. Yes.
Oh, that's right. We gotta.
What was that? An idea for an unfinished novel stuck somewhere in your fork. You clearly have issues you need to address.
Thank you, Volition. Okay.
Maybe some about other
I
books.
think that's all the salient points for her reestablished.
What are we doing? Are we in the bookstore?
I ran through Anne's dialogue to reestablish the things that we lost when we kicked the mailbox.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can go into the bookstore. Yes, that is the destination. Just hit the bookstore since it was on the way. But after this, to boats or to the next thing that will distract us from boats.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Heimdall somewhere.
That's why.
Oh, Man from Heimdall. A very popular series of adventure novels. They're awfully immoral and violent books. Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mystical things he encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do.
No.
At last, someone sensible. However, I still urge you to buy one. Can't judge a book by the cover, they say. If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Heimdallaman, the Man from Heimdall. It's supposed to be a good introduction to the series.
$9.
Rows and rows of Heimdallamen.
Sorry, 9 real.
You make out some titles. Man from Heimdall and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Heimdall, Return to Heimdall. And the solipsistic Man from Heimdall and the Heimdall Man. Maybe 100. Man from Heimdall and the Sages at the End of the World. Man from Heimdall and the False God. Man from Heimdall and the Scorched Earth. Man from Heimdall, the Heimdall Colonies.
So,
Man from Heimdall and the
Adolf Hitler's reading list was almost exclusively adventure books targeted at young boys. Lots of, man in the wilderness against nature, and lots of young fantasy novels, things like that. And that's where he got all of his moral lessons from, that he tried to build his great nation on. You can even see some of that today with your modern YouTube fascists talking about, fucking Skyrim and The Witcher and things like that as their basis for their ideology. So yeah, these books. If you're
gonna become a fascist, at least find a better game to become a fascist about.
Right?
Jeez.
These books give me the heebie-jeebies for those reasons.
Not even close.
Man, you want to hear all the titles?
Oh my God, there's more.
And the Forest of Slaves.
What's that check down there?
Man from Heimdall, Under the Lake.
Pain Threshold.
Man from Heimdall, Heimdall Burning. There's even the Trial of Death.
I've got it, Fred.
Book set in the world of Heimdallaman, and so much more.
Yes, yeah, this is directly aping Conan the Barbarian, but it is of that same Boris Vallejo-esque, grand white champion that these fucking idiots idealize.
A twinge at the back of your head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitching. Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cover art of the very muscular Man from Heimdall in chains, kneeling in front of a staircase leading to a throne. A woman sits on the throne, leering at the man. She's laughing at him, belittling him. Between the throne and the Heimdallaman lies a bonfire, casting shadows on the wall. The shadow of the woman's headdress looks like a pair of devil horns. The title reads, Man from Heimdall and the Devil Woman.
Misogyny.
The entire series is also endearingly racist, if I may add.
Endearingly racist?
Oh, sirs, I know. This really isn't representative of our values. But the store has to cater to its customers.
The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Hyundai novels.
Well, I now have 2 options of fucking shitty adventure books to buy. Cool. I think I'm going to pivot this whole channel to a Skyrim focus.
God damn it. Oh, we had a good run.
Well, it's nice knowing you all.
It's like when Hitbox died. Hitbox was the first streaming service we used back in like 2012.
I recall Hitbox. I tried getting into streaming back then with the rest of you lot, and I was very dumb. And also had like the shittiest laptop that couldn't fucking deal with anything.
Right.
You see a set of tattered curtains.
So there were a number of things that made it not feasible for me to do that. But I do recall Hitbox.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only. Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
Okay, what is this weird hypnotism?
What's going on here?
She's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books.
Buy more books.
Enough,
look, you can even.
She tries to draw you
can
away
you
from
zoom
the
in?
curtains, the more alluring they become.
Once I get out of dialogue, yes. What am I looking at?
Look at Plaisance. Oh wow! Look, the pendant is huge.
Buy my book. Buy my book.
Buy the
Welcome to
books.
Crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. My name is Plaisance. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
Oh my God.
Mind your vibes.
Oh God.
A golden pendant hangs around the woman's neck, in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish head trapped in amber.
Can you give me some money? I feel there won't be an opportune moment to ask
Sir,
later.
Don't be ridiculous. I certainly will not give you money. I would be doing you a grave psychic disfavor.
Yes, Scruff. The Critic is fucking great. I love The Critic. I have it on DVD.
One has to earn one's success, even if one is a police officer. Handouts are nothing but manipulation. All they do is make you dependent.
Certainly there are good things to be said about dependence.
I am a powerful feudal lord. I demand tribute.
Now, hey there. Sounds like someone isn't taking responsibility for the energy they bring into this space.
Yay, biggest communism builder.
Employ critical theory 9 times.
There you go.
Oh. Yeah, the PragerU thing, that was me making a joke.
No,
I didn't mean this. I didn't mean to make this happen.
Oh, yes. Helps to have an anchor in these times.
But good. No, I'm glad. I'm glad she did that, because now I'm not going to feel at all bad when I immediately rip open the curtain and see what's in the back room.
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
We've spoken to her
She's
before.
fine-tuned her voice to find the most welcoming approach for attracting new customers. It doesn't work.
Girl outside mentioned that this place is cursed.
She's a shill, and she's not even good at it. All right, Scruff. If you come back later, I'll see you then. If not, I'll see you later. Another day.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed.
What
it
have we
has
done?
a robustly magnetic energy. Good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir.
Madam, I'm going to call the truancy department.
What in God's name is she talking about?
You see what's going on here now?
Like it's thriving.
Yeah.
Feels ghostly.
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl? And what else can I do for you? goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Don't you feel compelled? Go, go, get back there. The books await you. Everything is on the shelves.
Go look at the books.
Yourself. The shelves compel you, don't they?
She's attempting to mentally direct you towards the shelves. She only wants you to buy the goods. She doesn't care about the books.
Truth be told, not really. My sister brings in most of the goods. I'm sure it's all very literary stuff.
I read all of this in a Free Market for Dummies book, and I'm doing it just like it said, so it will work.
But you don't learn about the important things in life from fabricated stories. The truth is available if you just know where to look, and you have to open and free your mind to understand.
She smiles and...
Fantastic. What's behind the curtain?
Hi, book peddler. What's behind the fucking curtain?
You see a tattered set of curtains. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
I must investigate beyond this threshold.
My God. Even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear.
Fuck you. I don't care.
Please just talk to me, officer. Come here and...
Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say. There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. You see a tattered set of curtains and a polyhedron-shaped cage-like trinket.
Fuck it.
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little cage-like trinkets, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
I warned you. You're unleashing forces beyond your understanding.
Held behind these curtains. Is that a hairdryer?
A heavy door with a missing handle
I love this.
stands
Oh no,
before
pain
you,
threshold.
covered in dozens,
Challenging.
if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked. Only an echo. No one is there.
Hold on. Oh, I can't. That's... Is that statue head in the room?
That's a portrait.
Oh, I see. Do I have anything that bumps up pain threshold?
Not yet, but maybe we can come back.
Well, you can also just give it a shot.
Yeah, you're gonna hurt. You're probably gonna hurt yourself. It was only 17%. If this were Fire Emblem, that would be a bad move.
Save scum! Fire Emblem 1 is not very good.
A heavy door with a missing handle
No, it's not.
stands before you.
Like,
in dozens,
it's cute to see where this all came from. And back in the NES days, I'd have played it.
Oh boy, here we go.
Ow.
Oh!
My shoulder. Oh, my shoulder.
Ow. Shoot. Whose moronic idea was it to just run through the door? Don't you know that things like that hurt?
That really wasn't the best idea, was it?
Right? This looked pretty intense and painful, I must admit.
What is going on there? Are you really trying to break down the back door? I warn you, don't tempt the spirits, officer. Don't tempt the spirits, or you'll damage the holy wards on the door.
It barely looks like you've done any damage to the door, however. It's still locked and closed, covered in dozens of little charms and trinkets.
I'll be back. What was I thinking?
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name.
Your stat gains are almost
crime
zero. Like, they're almost non-existent.
Even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person.
Crime fiction is a disgrace. Asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over.
Has anyone seen Hot Fuzz?
Follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends.
Long time ago.
It's a good movie.
What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
Sure
you see
thing.
Dick Mullen on the job. Get me Mullen. The stalwart adventures of Richard P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the murder in the orchard. The sordid affair of Dick Mullen. A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the murder house. The final case of Dick Mullen. An obvious lie. Dick Mullen in the clock tower.
Dick P. Mullen.
Deals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick. Dick Mullen's funeral pyre.
That was my stage name when I worked in porn.
Dick Mullen died?
Turns out he faked it to solve a case.
Okay.
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels.
I like that little side bit. No, crime fiction is a disgrace.
It's awful.
I mean, I pretty much agree with everything they said.
A tome of fascist magic. What's this on the floor? Another boring book. Reading is for nerds.
I admittedly don't read a whole
Several
lot.
maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove.
I used to read a lot on my commute to work on the bus, and that has become less so.
The maps look old and faded.
Over.
The last time I read a book was the Wind-Up Bird Chronicle by Murakami.
I read that in college.
It was a weird but interesting book. I remember it pretty well.
Reminded me of that time I was stuck at the bottom of the well, having weird fantasies about someone else's war flashbacks.
Largest in the northeast.
Yeah, those war flashbacks are like really fucking grisly.
Far away in the southwest, Seminese Islands, Ile de Fantôme.
And I remember something about a gay mute fashion designer named Cinnamon.
Yeah, Cinnamon?
Yeah.
Face à la mer.
Cinnamon and somebody else with a spice name.
Yeah, they were like the mysterious...
Nutmeg.
Yeah. They were like the mysterious figures pulling the strings.
Into a blur of dotted lines.
Yeah.
God, that book was fucking weird.
White.
You could make a weird, interesting game out of that.
I'd play it.
I'd play it. Guy looking for his wife, but it's not really like lost cat, lost wife. There's some weird mental thing going on here.
Strange little girl that's like how the fucking like Lolita, but in a non-sexual way. It was weird.
Mm-hmm.
You can.
Anyway, now I'm gonna go eat dinner. I'll be back.
Go eat dinner. I'm gonna go look at boats.
On lost little pearls of light, tiny fires in the dark. 850 million people live on these little dots, an oceanic world of culture and commerce torn apart by history.
It is 10 minutes until sleep
The
time.
ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Windy is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth.
Is an azimuth?
Samara is the east azimuth. Sail is the west azimuth. Isolas, they're called.
It's the name of a sorceress in Blood Omen.
Connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there.
The direction of a celestial object from the observer expressed as the angular distance from the north or south point of the horizon to the point to which the vertical circle passing through the object intersects the horizon. The horizontal angle or direction of a compass bearing. got it. It's some nautical shit.
You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods. But looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you, and very far away. Perhaps they are gods.
I guess the most recent thing I've read is I finished out the gaps in my Junji Ito collection.
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them.
Can I rob you?
They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
You seem to underestimate my resources,
Are you
but
interested
okay.
or not?
Yes. Oh.
Slowly, you move your hand toward the map attached to the board.
No.
Before you even reach the map, you're interrupted.
Perhaps not. It's against RCM policy to defraud small business owners.
I'm gonna come back later, Kim. All right. Most interesting thing about fascists was their magic. Well, no, that's the fucking thing. Like, the Inner Circle was basically just Hitler's fucking D&D party, basically. Like, all of his fucking nerd friends. They were the only ones who could tolerate his dopey ass. They would fucking LARP. Anyone who's been in a shitty D&D party can see, like, oh yeah, no, that could go very bad if these people were given any amount of authority. Exactly. Close. Oh, hi! First, I'm going to take the money and the magnesium. Hello! Gotcha.
Are you trying to sneak up on me? Come to slit my throat in my sleep?
Logic error. She is not sleeping right now.
Thank you, Logic.
Pig's come to take me out. Trying to snuff me out.
Are you sleeping right now?
Don't get fucking clever with me, pig. You think you're so clever. Try to sneak.
Okay. You have nothing to say. Let's see. We were trying to get over here earlier. I got another Nosafed and an orange bum hat. Hats don't go on your bum. It's a suspicious looking closed door.
There must be another way into the building.
Hey, you! Hey, Smokey! Damn it. Alright. Gotta get up there. Maybe that person knows something. What is this?
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
That's a very strong conceptualization check. 18. Oh, wow. That means... Oh, man, even with my fucking... Even with my max, it would still take boxcars to...
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Imagine.
You have no clue. It's just a wall.
It's a wall. I want to imagine the mural of the people. Ooh, what are you? More clothes. I need more clothes. +1 suggestion, -1 half-light. What is half-light? Just let the body take control.
Hey! Up here, piggo!
Why are you up there spilling paint, young lady? I know your dad. Magnesium. Howdy, sailor.
Leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce.
My husband's name is James.
Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbor. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
What does the L stand for?
Baton, my maiden name. I meant you, the Revachol Citizens Militia, the police. Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
What is implied here? That you're a drunk?
I'm not a drunk. I'm not
drunk. Actually said it to every drunk in town. It was spoken in jest.
I'm glad to see you here. I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame.
I could use some money and some clothes and all the drugs you have.
I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
There's a trace of irony in his voice. Mischief, even. The lieutenant is hatching some scheme.
Oh, Kim, you saucy devil.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
It's hard to get a read on her precise disposition, but she appears helpful.
You seem rich. Can I have
is
money?
What you want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it? Look at that lady. Take a gander. Squint your eyes, bub. Why, yes. Tucked away under that sturdy green raincoat, almost rustic in its simplicity, a silk shirt and matching scarf around her gentle throat. while dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from the cold. Her light green eyes scan you, full of knowledge and worry. Wealth and all its possibilities. These are the kind eyes of the rich man that seem to say everything is possible, within reason. Now look at you, you misery-clad simian, barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lakes. A scythe of booze precedes you. Your hair sticks to your forehead, and your underwear feels uncomfortable.
Wow, thanks. Way to just cut to the bone of it.
You're poor. Poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too... You think your little communism protects you from this feeling? No. The more demeaning it is to grovel at her feet. Oh God, the lieutenant is here too. Do not dishonor the force.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask.
Can I have some money? Volition is 5. Plus 2 for Mazovian socioeconomics, so I need is a 7. I need 4 on 2 d6s.
Voila, you're doing it.
Fuck it. Stick with
Why,
you.
yes, I am rich. How much money do you need? Hopefully not too much. I couldn't bring all of it with me.
She's surprisingly nonchalant about this. Could it be that she somehow knows more about your predicament than she's letting on?
No.
Come now. Nobody carries that much cash on their person.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Particularly in a place like Martinez. I'd get robbed. And even if I did, I still would not give you 10,000 real. I would rather buy something nice with it, like expensive hi-fi or a new hydrodynamic E40 sail.
Her tone makes clear that you violated some kind of rich person taboo. Wouldn't be the first time.
I like high-fidelity anything, sir. Now, try again, but lower. That's a good sum. Not too small, not fantastically large.
She removes a few notes and hands them to you. The paper is cold and oily to the touch. Whoa. Did you see how easy that was? Ask her for more. Toot toot. Trained to money town.
Can I have some more?
This may seem like odd behavior for a police officer, ma'am, but it's a perfectly common side effect of his unusual medical episode.
Give me more money, rich lady.
All right, Lieutenant. I really did bring as little cash with me as possible to avoid attention. So here you are. The last bit of filthy lucre I can share. So, I hope I didn't just bribe you, officer. It may not be technically illegal under the Emergency Act, but still.
I'm still getting my head around this whole money concept. Nope, fuck it. Nope.
You're right, ma'am, that donations are permitted under the Emergency Act, unseemly as it may be, as long as they're properly logged with the precinct.
Which he most certainly will do. Now, how else can I help the RCM today, besides supplementing its salaries?
You're on a boat.
Why, yes I am.
Do you have a license for the boat?
I assure you, I'm a highly qualified pleasure craft operator.
Overcome. Which is fucking real if you've ever had to ask someone for money. Like, not a stranger. I've never done that. But, like, having to ask people I know for money.
Her nonchalance might be related to something called the Wayfarer Act. A law that says she doesn't need a license. Sly fox. You're not aggressive in...
Good. What we do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
There was a touch of discomfort there. She wants to merely represent.
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, linking? Those are the shipping side of things. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
The Wild Pines Group is one of the original Revacholian Indo-tribes. Companies awarded royal monopolies by the king, the suzerain himself, centuries ago. The king is long gone, but several of the Indo-tribes remain. Saint-Baptiste, LUM, an unknown entity known as Brightest Star.
Saint-Baptiste is the medical company.
Why, thank you. I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
Let's neg the fucking millionaire.
And to think, there are years when the group books losses in the billions. Wild Pines employs 72,000 people, all of whom have families that depend on their salaries. It is a tremendous responsibility. They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran and Insulindian Isolas 250 years ago, when Pine ships explored the South Seminese and charted Lomantang on behalf of the suzerain. Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing. It's taken everything from its employees to build it.
Probably helps.
You know more than you let on. Certainly it helped, but most of the original Indo tribes have failed or been absorbed. To survive, Wild Pines had to grow and adapt. No suzerain did that.
Bullshit.
She nods.
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
But what if I want to
You'd
hear?
have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Elements that gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus. Good luck is only...
I will slay the octopus!
The vested interests of half the civilized world, including your own.
What the ma'am means is that the Emergencies Act and the RCM both get their authority from the coalition government.
You'd be shooting yourself in the foot, in other words.
But I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike. I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place. Now they won't even let me into the harbor. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
Yeah, that guy.
Yes, Jean-Luc Measurehead. Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike?
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
Ludicrous even. It's meant.
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes, every worker, a member of the board.
Most of the workers probably don't know what that means.
Then you might also like their other slogan, Demand Democracy.
Not hard communist
Personally,
enough
I
for
agree.
me.
It lacks the pizzazzo of every worker a member of the board. It's quite simple, you see. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about what? About anything, really, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal.
Yes.
Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group. That may well be. It's not up to me to decide who is king, but as negotiations go, it's not a swell start. I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the boyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
This checks out.
Mr. Clare told him to... how did he put it? Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
Okay, then.
Yes. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the Union.
Sounds like usual aggressive posturing.
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock come to plead for work where the Union refuses to? If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret.
Aha.
I could not share it with you. Not right now, at least.
It's implied she's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first.
Sounds like I need to meet this
one. Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood. He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
I don't know if I take your word at face value,
yes.
ma'am.
Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues. The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother. And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is... Why do you think so?
See, this is weird, because I haven't actually met them, so I don't know if I can take this woman's opinion on them. Measurehead's a piece of shit. I'm gonna go with this one, because I don't know what the fuck it means.
Well, I suppose that's one way to look at it. They're an interesting composition, albeit vile. But enough about Everard. What else can I do for you? I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. Or coming to work. Ever. End of story. Indeed. The company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
Of course. How else can I help?
Someone give me a lowdown on this reality.
Reality?
Yes, reality is your side case. An experimental side case.
I got so drunk I forgot literally everything. A supernatural event took place on alcohol.
Such an acute encephalopathy just doesn't seem possible. Surely you're joking.
Don't be phased, madame. He functions perfectly well. He only needs a lowdown on all of reality.
Kim has adapted to explaining my shit to other people very quickly.
You may be here a while then. Ask away, officer. I'll help however I can.
All right, we're in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first, okay?
We're in Martinez, baby. A casual term of endearment popular among the 50-plus crowd. It's a disco holdover, pay it no heed.
I'm a disco holdover.
Aren't we all?
She refers to your corresponding ages.
Martinez is a district of Revachol. A very small district tucked away near the industrial harbour, north of the 881 and Jamrock. You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten, even. Shelled to smithereens during the Revolution. It has its charms, just not this time of year. It's not really a sea, it's the Bay of Revachol. And the bay feeds into the ocean. Yes, we're on an island in an ocean. The world's largest body of water, the Insulindic.
Known to the early Revacholians as Les Immensités Bleues, the blue immensities.
Blue!
Lukewarm and unknowable, flowing in and out of sight.
Caillou. Imagine a pebble. A smoothed over pebble amidst a great blue sea, misshapen, cracked. The cracks are the River Esperance. We're in the delta of this river on the 6th branch, the Martinez distributary.
It is clear this pebble is of enormous value to her and to humanity at large.
Revachol? Revachol is what you call a city. The great kind.
As if it's self-explanatory. Beyond patriotism, a fact.
History detective. They built this city to resolve history. Our part in it, at least. Our centuries. The nations of the Occident, or migrant workers from Semenine and Ile Marat, depending on your creed. In the DeLorean century, 380 years ago, they say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. The tensions are highest, the fault lines deepest. By that I mean conflicts. Ideological conflicts. The stuff of men. We are standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island able to sustain up to 200 million people in the middle of the Insulindic Ocean, the world's connective tissue. It's where the money is. Oh, we're quite a way off. About 22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the Bank of the World building. The bottom floors are Insiacom. Coalition government, Insulindian Mission Command.
Silence. She lowers her hand. The water, the light. It's as though you're seeing it for the first time. She observes your eyes scanning the horizon, then breaks the silence, slowly.
I got a thought.
This is one thought you need to complete. Where are you?
Was there something else you wanted to know? I remember something about a lowdown.
This has been informative. Thank you, ma'am. I'm sure my memory-impaired partner has many more questions to ask.
So many questions.
Aspects of reality. Might I suggest not asking them all right now? Ma'am, Messier will be here later too, and tomorrow. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Absolutely. My commitment here
But
is
I want to
long-term.
know everything now.
It's better not to eat all your candy at once.
Indeed. I'm always at your service.
What is this?
A bird? Some sort of krill hunter? No, wait. You're an ancient ruin. A symbol of hubris and decay. Half submerged in some salty sea. Of course you're not, my dear. I'm just terrible at guessing games. Ah! This is the pier of Rue de Saint-Ghislaine, 33A, where the tenants have been kind enough to rent me a slot. Or two. A pre-revolutionary tenement. Old buildings are called tenements, you see. And new buildings, bâtiments. After, les bâtiments nouveaux. But 33A and 33B are not nouveaux. They're old. This one used to be 8 to 10 stories tall. A real high-rise by the standards of the last century. Built to mirror the skyscrapers across the bay in the Delta. That was before the war, of course. Mostly the urban middle class, I believe. This was once primo real estate, before the cannons lopped 4 or 5 stories off. Splat, splat.
Oh, hey, look at you.
Wonderful.
Okay.
The girl in the old lady rags. Looks like a sullen and rebellious member of a teen infraculture. Yes, you and I belong to the supraculture. We're common, the herd. The music on the radio, the food in the chain restaurant, those are all too popular for the girl in the old lady rags.
Oh no, she's a hipster.
She prefers a fantasy world, an infraculture with its own dress code and vernacular. It is an illusion, I'm afraid. There is no refuge from the supraculture.
Now explain the same thing, but to a child.
Young people who dye their hair funny colors and wear old people's clothes are stupid, and their little rebellion is self-defeating. All right, what next?
Suddenly, you're not so sure you're part of the supraculture.
And what would that be?
Disco!
I can see that, yes.
I've been talking to this woman for about 45 minutes.
Not so long ago.
She gave me 67
It was
real.
a thoroughly supracultural phenomenon, all permeating. Down
I had to overcome my self-shame at asking her for money, but then she gave me all of her money.
Nothing infra about disco, baby. Those days are long behind me. And even in the early 30s, I would say I was more of a new girl. Disco was a minor, but still enjoyable facet of the whole thing for me.
Oh yeah, and we leveled up. We got a new skill point waiting for us and a new thought.
The new, a cultural era, and the name of the decade it ravished, the 30s. It came out of post-revolutionary Revachol. It was ultra-liberal. It involved lots of partying, as you might imagine, and champagne-colored everything. By the looks of it, that would have been when you came of age. Now,
I can't remember anything.
wasn't it Guillaume Le Million who said, if you can remember the new, you weren't there? Ah, yes. This is not very central to reality, is it? I can't be 100% sure, but I believe...
Welcome back. You're here for some of Joyce. I've been talking to Joyce for almost half an hour now. She has a lot to say. I don't think I like her very much, mostly because she's rich, but are you sure he didn't die of autoerotic asphyxiation?
You can't get a venereal disease from that, can you?
You don't know.
All of them. I'm afraid no. But then again, one can't be entirely sure. It's all part of his mystique. Ask someone else and you may get a more champagne-colored take. Anyway, what other basic facets of reality should we discuss?
Okay, so there's this very impossible conceptualization check. One of two impossible conceptualization checks, because there's a blank wall over there that I failed.
A strange coldness comes over you as you look at the world. The waves sway the sloop slowly. That's all. It's on the tip of your tongue, a doubt of sorts, already in your head. But it's not fully formed yet. You have to wait and return to this later, once the jamais vu thought is complete.
Jamais vu is the opposite of déjà vu. It's the compelling notion that this has never happened before.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Of course, Detective.
So let's see. I've got... Let's clean up a little bit. What have we got? I can put my disco-ass blazer back on and get one more esprit de corps to help with that check. Oh, no.
Oh.
I can also do that later. I can't take my raincoat off or I'll die.
Holding your blood in.
I'm out of skill slots, though, aren't I?
Yes.
Well, I think then for now, we're going to dump a point into physical instruments.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're going to need to deal with that in a couple of different facets coming up. This is worth more than I'll earn in my entire life. Alright. She was also nice enough to give me money.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. The door rattles against your knuckles, but there's no response.
Open up.
The door rattles again, but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
Stop banging on the door! I'm not letting any more strangers inside. Doesn't matter who I am. Now.
Oh, this is to Kuno's dad.
Kuno might live in these apartments.
Everyone knows the police don't come round here. No, I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building. Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
Backyard door? There must be another entrance to the east.
Kim.
I assure you, we are real police officers.
There is no reply. Just faint, sweeping sounds inside.
Kim. Hobo cop is displeased.
The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C. And here I was trying to be polite. Just can't win with you pigs.
She's grown frustrated with her work and welcomes the opportunity to challenge authority in other ways. The lieutenant is desperately searching for another handkerchief.
Really? Interesting. I hope he finds that handkerchief.
Disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her steering.
That Ozon her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Revachol. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason to visit Martinez.
On a first-name basis with her, are we? Piggy's moving up in the world.
Yeah, I don't like her either.
Pig's not half as dumb as he looks. Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words. Have you ever tried your hand at graffitio? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home and
There's a
Mona
blank
is
wall
here.
right over there.
We rarely see pigs round here, though. Just union cards. And my name's not Mona, so...
She wants it to be something true and total.
Yeah? Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
She means the opposite.
Thank you, Rhetoric.
You've lessened her desire to deface the building.
No, I want to increase her desire to deface the building.
I ain't no snitch, Pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko. Watch your back, Ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
Bye, Cindy. Oh yeah, maybe if I tell her no, she'll...
Hello again, officers. Can't you... I haven't really started it yet. Yeah?
Let's be realistic.
You heard your partner, Piggy. Can't you... I haven't... This place is severely lacking in havoc. Not even the occasional trash can fire to break up the tedium. I thought I'd mix it up, you know. Yeah? Lying is cool, I guess.
Oh well. Okay, what have we got? The cleaning lady said we could go around back. Also, Kunessa was soaking wet, they said, so she probably like came in on a boat or washed up on shore or something, since the apartment building is so close to the docks. Oh, while you were gone, we also learned about the twin brothers that are in charge of the Union. They seem like pieces of shit, but I don't know if I can entirely take Joyce's word for that.
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
It's the voice of someone who has something to hide, my liege.
Sorry, I don't have time for this. I just want to finish my cigarette and be gone.
Why do you not appreciate the drama?
This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Is it really that important? All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run. Help you? No, sorry, gendarme. I have to run. My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
That's a very boring name.
That's definitely not his real name.
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice?
Ask him again.
And I really need to finish this cigarette.
But he hasn't left yet.
I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
Nope.
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
No, not you. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Last week? I don't know. Look.
It'll take more than rain to bring this place back to life.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over. It was my Sunday friend.
Makes sense. Friends are nice on Sunday. You don't have to work. You can just spend time with pals, watching rugby and drinking beer.
Yep, authority. That's what people do yep.
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the dull and darkening sky, the neighboring windows stand silent.
No. We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
This is a red check. It cannot be retried.
This isn't the place or time for
boxcars.
Who knows who might be watching from the distance, hidden behind the curtains. For a moment, the man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable. Something moves in the depths of his feline eyes, compassion and a hint of understanding.
I am sorry, but I really don't have the information you're looking for.
But, hold on. What's that? For a split second, his hand lingers, as though gesturing towards a stone placed right next to the front door.
Oh.
It's a sign.
Good luck with the investigation.
Is there a key? Did he point us toward a key? Under that rock? Turn over the rock.
He's gone. No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself. He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. He did leave us a sign. Did you see that? He wanted to draw our attention to that stone right over there. If we find a way inside the building, we can ask around for his apartment.
Rock.
A stone, like any other, lying in a whirl of sleet and mud. Maybe there's something under it. There's a key beneath it, rusty from the dirt.
This must be for the front door. Pity doesn't have the apartment number on it. This building has many apartments and the man can be in any of them. We'll just have to go in and see.
So, we can't get in to the back here? Oh, yes, we can. Okay. Cool. We got into the building.
We know which number Kuno's dad is in.
Yeah. And I hope the game took note of it, because I don't remember.
I think he said it was 12.
12? That sounds about right. We can punch somebody out and get the drugs. And then keep the drugs. Eventually, I'll go look at the body itself. Joyce kind of implied that the body was connected to the Union strike. Some more money. Oh man, I could go buy all of the fucking shitty barbarian novels.
You could, but then you wouldn't have enough money for the room tonight.
Who says I'm going to spend my money on a room? There's booze to be drunk. Door's locked. Gotta try a different path. Buy a book. Reading passes time. I don't want to pass time. I got so much shit to look at. Flip up glasses. +1 logic, -1 authority. Five-pointed star on the wall.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says, number 11. It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it.
Sneep, sneep.
You seem committed to it, so go on.
What are you doing? You're trying to cut the body of the lock with the chain cutters, and it's really not working.
I believe it's the shackle you mean to cut, Detective.
He's just trying to help. Don't take it bad. Relax.
Perhaps you should give it another go.
Kim pointed out shackle.
The shackle snaps like a twig.
Boom!
Lock falls to
Breaking and entering.
After you, Detective.
This is very much a crime. Kim, you should be opposed to this. I'm gonna steal all your shit.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads Kraz Mazov.
This is our
socioeconomics guy.
Yeah, our Marx stand-in.
Honestly, he does kind of look like you after all.
The White Star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting. Hold on a second. Is this why you broke in here? To find out whether you're Krasmazov?
I'm just saying we look alike.
Sure you are. Well, you both do seem to share an affinity for sideburns. But it seems like old Kras here didn't drink nearly as much as you. Ah, very well. Let's look for identifying features then. Doesn't he have a birthmark right here? What about you? Alright, but here's the big thing. Krasmazov looks Samaran, and you don't. Okay, you win. Be Krasmazov. I don't care.
I'm Krasmazov. I'm Karl Marx.
Proving that you're Krasmazov anyway.
Because he was totally a gangster and a bank robber.
All right, Kras. You fought in the revolution and everything, if you say so.
I got a new thought.
Whoever lives here definitely shares your enthusiasm. There aren't many communists around, not after the revolution. Some youth still keep the ideology going, it seems.
I'm gonna need some more thought slots.
Lounge jacket. +1 conceptualization. If you put it on, you'll die.
I will die, yes. Because the raincoat is the only thing holding in all of my blood. Books of critical theory on the monstrosities of capital. Revolutionaries love to pose with their guns. Flamboyant poster of the White Star. Okay. There were two... Well, I guess that must have been a bottle or something.
That isn't just a 5-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath of antlers. The iconography of communism. In other words, the star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted by Mazov and the communards during the revolution. Even today, half a century after, the star and antlers retains the ability to evoke hope, disappointment, and fear in equal measure. To symbolize the toppling of the old order. Also, some social democrats were already using it. The wreath of antlers represents a natural crown. It was about building a society that could exist in accord with the natural world, and at the same time above it. Because white is the color of peace. Gone is the glory of hope. Only the scribblings of impoverished students remain in dirty hallways. You are the big communism builder now. It's you or no one.
I'm gonna build communism. Watch me. Boogie Street 46. Another postcard. Hey, I'll bet you wish you let me in the door now.
Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronchitis. I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
You're still worried. It's very worrying.
Worryable.
Now, what do you want from me, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil. Right? What's he in trouble for? Talk?
What was so funny about that?
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways. If you can call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even her sentences feel rusty.
The waiters are at the end of this hallway, right next to the communal bathroom. Ask away, policeman. People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everyone.
They probably just moved or died. Hopefully somewhere else.
Oh, that one is a scientist, a future scholar. I think he studies astrology at the community college.
Oh, well, he's going to have to buy a new padlock.
Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall. The symbol of what now? Huh. I thought Revachol was the capital.
Not.
Oh boy.
Oh, I think something to do with all those stars around. The symbol of what now? Never heard of it.
I tried, old lady.
The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still, she leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others.
She mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief.
All right. Bye, old lady. Foreclosed? Why foreclosed? This room looks perfectly fine. I found some drugs in the fridge.
Good.
What happened here? It will still be accessible through the apartment next to it. That one didn't have a door. Sadly, nothing of great value remains here. Indeed.
I have 5 XP for realizing something might be in the fridge. We've built up so many tasks. Okay, that'll take me back outside.
Yeah.
So then...
where's number 12?
She said it was next to the communal bathroom, so I'm assuming it's this one here. Like, that's 12, so let me see if I can...
You hear someone walking around inside.
Oh no, this is 10.
Rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10.
I gotta keep going.
Walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. You can feel tension on the other side. A poor communard from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
Do I have to open the door? Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
It's generally easier to do things if you have literally any reason.
9, 10. This was 11, so... that would mean 12 is over here. See if there's anything worthwhile in the bathroom.
You do have a flashlight.
Do have a flashlight. Correct. You're right. Let's go ahead and...
Nope. Just an awful bathroom.
All right.
Are you ready for violence?
It is am I ready for violence? Let's see. I'll save just in case I'm not ready for violence. We'll check and make sure I'm wearing the approved violence ensemble.
I think you are.
None of these things are going to help me. I am so yellow. I'm the hobo in yellow.
A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges, secured to the doorframe with a safety chain. An unpaid energy bill is attached, threatening to cut off the electricity. It's addressed to Mr. Uno Doroita.
And the place comes with 3 months' worth of utility bills.
It's an easy enough check. I can probably make it.
Yeah, you just gotta put the chain cutter on.
And that way, hopefully, we can approach him unexpected.
A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges, secured to the doorframe with a safety chain. Snip. The cutter goes through the dead leaves. Nice. The links fall to the ground.
I'm gonna wish I had gotten those rolls when it comes time to do violence.
I know there's no stopping you, but let's at least make this quick.
First, I'm gonna rob this man.
A phone book lies open on the table, covering a stack of utility bills. Right next to it, in plain sight, sits a small bottle of amphetamine, conveniently equipped with a straw. You pocket the bottle as if it were the most natural thing in the world.
Glossy erotica, wrinkled from... Oh, I don't want to think about the moisture. I'm going to steal his clothes. What do my pants give me? +1 to electrochemistry. I want to keep my electrochemistry. I barely have any.
A bundle of clothes heaped on the bed. A stained parka, some towels and a duvet. Some socks even. Something underneath there is breathing. It's not too late. No one's going to blame you for backing out. You don't have to do this. Just get out. Your hand touches a greasy duvet covered in cigarette burns and ketchup stains. You hear a growl. There is something alive underneath it.
Is it a pauper?
You see a 60-year-old, fat, red-headed man passed out from
That's not a
large
pauper.
amounts of alcohol and God knows what else. The smell of shit rises from his mouth. You don't have to take him down. He's already down. Silence. Only heat emanates from the sleeping body.
I'm afraid it is. Look, it moves.
A groan rises from the man's throat, dry like a death rattle. He's trying to say something in his sleep.
Well, judging by the color of his hair, I would say yes, it is.
The lieutenant's right. The man's unwashed hair bears a familiar ginger tone. Even the hair on his chest is coppery. The light from the window falls into his half-open eyes.
I think he's still quite bad. I mean, what he has come to. This man won't be feeding his family anytime soon. Not that he was, but at least he won't be beating his son.
A pair of half-open bug eyes is staring back at you from the dark, empty, and frozen. It's clear that the person behind them is not awake.
Can't you tell? It happens to exceptionally committed substance abusers. They fall asleep with their eyelids still open. Not a pretty sight. Look, he's trying to communicate.
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
The man groans once again,
7.
but his tongue keeps failing.
Close, but not enough.
It's impossible to make out the syllables. A hand emerges from the blankets, trying to gesticulate something, and then falls back again, limp and defeated by sleep. A loud snore escapes his mouth.
What is there to do? We could turn him on his side so he doesn't choke on his own vomit, but he's already on his side. We could take him to Remedy or Saint-Baptiste, but he doesn't have money for medical services. The almshouse would turn him down. They don't do charity for people who are trying to kill themselves. Besides, he'll be dead in a few.
Years, months, weeks. The pile of blankets grunts.
Well, there's no happy ending to that story.
There is nothing we can do for this guy.
But at least we didn't get the shit beaten out of us, and now I have the drugs. All right. So, I think if I go talk to the nice man, the coy sex worker man, that's gonna lead to another long series of things. So I'll probably save that for next time. I'm just getting a hunch that that's gonna dovetail off. Oh, wrong door. But first, let's see if we can end today on a high note. We've almost finished day one. getting close to sleep time, I suppose.
The time when you're allowed to sleep. Doesn't mean you have to sleep.
Who needs sleep? I've
Wait,
done
were you
enough
trying to go to the body?
No.
Okay.
We're going to end today on a high note. Or a very low note.
Okay.
Although, now that I know these are scabs that are trying to get in, I don't think I want to push the button and open the door. But I do want to knock this motherfucker on his ass. And we are going to save. I have infinite fists.
The sand has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
Failure.
Damn it.
It has happened again. The Titan has your fist locked in his hand, and he's twisting it. Another fit of criminal rage. Who are you, in your own words?
I'm a dead cop.
You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm, your jaw.
Oh, worthless button. But can the Nazi beat the power of save scumming?
Answer no. Problem is, it takes like 2 minutes to load a save.
Sure, yeah, that's the downside here. I might see if I can find
Your raised descent has only
an SSD at some point, see if that helps.
You have really let yourself go. It is
7.
What do I need to...
It's 42%, so higher than 6.
So 8.
Probably an 8.
So I keep rolling just under what I need. All right, third time's a charm. It's a hidden statistic. They don't tell you, but third time's a charm. I'm wearing my fucking dirty white beater, right? Yeah.
Your raised descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
5. Yeah, I need 8. Wow.
It has happened.
3.
3. Wow. Bad. But I really want to punch this man in the face. My sick kung fu skills. I don't have any sick kung fu skills. I have a history of substance abuse and a talking necktie.
Your race descent has only don't be vulgar. White or not, there must be some friction. Mr. Claire also to serve. He looks toward the harbor, motionless. The tattoo face like a web of stone.
Bop!
Just like that, instinct took over. A solid strike straight into his throat, into the cartilage. You could swear you felt the soft palate break. The man is reeling, gasping for air. Time stands still around you. In the distance, the sounds.
Hey, Wobbles, what was that you said about my sick kung fu skills? Bam! There is.
With a dull thump, like a broken down puppet of muscles and sinew. For a moment, he still tries to keep his head up.
I don't want to press the button, though.
As you slam your fist on the button.
No, I don't want to press the button.
Entirely. His head
Wait.
rolling to the side.
No, you're opening the button. You got to get in the door.
Looks like you're the new measurehead now.
Get away from me.
Her voice is surprisingly calm.
No one is the new measurehead. Let's go before he gets up.
But doesn't that let all the scabs? Oh, okay. I didn't want to let the scabs in the building. That's all I was worried about. What are my Nazi killing prizes? A bottle and a $1.10. I want to take his pants. He's unconscious. I want his pants and his boots.
The man is still knocked out. He breathes slowly and steadily.